Are we live? Okay, we're live. Morning thoughts, morning thoughts, morning. Hold on there, hold on there. My volume is all the way down. Okay, here we go. Morning thoughts, morning thoughts, morning thoughts. Shout out to the people going out to work this morning. Shout out to the people coming in from work this morning. Extra special big up shout out to the people who work multiple jobs. I have the utmost respect for you. Shout out to my entrepreneurs, my stay-at-home moms and pops, my retirees. Shout out to the drivers. Shout out to the Uber driver, Lyft driver, truck driver, taxi driver, food delivery drivers, round town and long distance truck drivers. Shout out to the crossing guards and the school teachers. Shout out to law enforcement personnel, medical field personnel, military personnel. Shout out to the engineers and the AC techs and the crossing guards and the security guards. Shout out to the payroll attendees. Shout out to whatever it is your job description is. Shout out to you. If you miss your job description, as long as you're a hardworking person, you get up and you work for what you want. The musicians, entertainers, shout out to you. Shout out to the girl on the pole. Shout out to the woman on a back road. Shout out to every single soul. As long as you're a good, clean-hearted person who wants good for others, as much as you want good for yourself, you're a good person, and I'm not here to judge you. Shout out to you. Here we are on this beautiful Friday morning. Today is what? Today is the 29th of November 2024, and we are super happy to be here. As you can tell, up and feeling good and all these things. And on days like this, we normally shout out and say, "It's the freaking weekend, baby!" Clap it up, clap it up, clap it up, clap it up. Here we are. We made it to another one. Another one. Big up to DJ Khaled. And another one. Boy, God been giving us a lot of other ones, huh? And another one. And another one. We're just glad to make it to another one. Yesterday was pretty festive. You know, it was Thanksgiving. Not everybody celebrates Thanksgiving, by the way, contrary to popular belief. However, I had a good time at home. I got fry. Some of y'all were reminding me on other platforms. Come off of social media and go fry the woman fish. I said my mom wanted me to fry fish for her yesterday. Cause my mother don't like. My mom's a super good cook. She don't like frying fish at her house because she said after she done fry the fish, it smell up the place. So and me have wood fire outside and a stove outside. So I fry it in the backyard. But I discovered yesterday how to fry it inside of my house without setting up a fire outside. So I did it short way anyways. My house and the house, I guess, that's supposed to smell fishy, while PR house go and smell good same way. But it's all good. It's a joy. I just thank God that I'm able to. You know, a brother put out a message yesterday. He said, if your parents are still in the land of the living, give them a call. Tell them you love them. Something like that, right? I'm just glad some of my mother's still there so I can fry fish for her or do whatever it is she want me to do for her. Because I've witnessed in life, I've seen where people, remember I told you all the story about the brother. I went to Jamaica and there was a funeral and the brother was running, literally a run up and down. His mother had passed, his mother was getting buried. And the things he was saying as he was running around, you know, they're heading to her funeral procession. I think they were carrying the body from the church down to the grave. And if you hear the things what the man did, I said, he was saying stuff like, "Oh, nobody know I'm gonna have to boil me cornmeal porridge no more. Oh, nobody know I'm gonna have to cook me salt mackerel with me banana and me breadfruit like you do no more." When you realize that those are the things that actually mean something. life is life is funny. There are things that this means something and that means something and this means, and it's the simple little things that's gonna actually mean everything in the end. Yeah, you don't realize it till all them people are gone, you know. So that's what I did yesterday. I took a lot of time to reflect and to be thankful, to be blessed, to still be here, to be healthy and strong, have all my kids healthy and strong. My mommy is still alive and she's still close by and all these things. So yeah, I'm gonna give thanks for all these things. Appalled by the racist attack on white Jamaicans. They are everywhere. Look in the parliament on both sides of the aisle. Yes, we're going to talk about that this morning. He never learned to cook like me, Mr. Bram Bram. So I'm have to go ball now because him mother gone with the recipe. Him better hope say him go to heaven which part mommy gone, cause if mommy was a good girl, cause if him end up a hell, him forever will never have the recipe. But me learn for cook. Me learn for cook. Congratulations, so for proud of your accomplishments. Oh, here we are. No, this is not me. This is us. This is us. We've hit the 400K. Remember, I said that 400K was our goal for 2024 to hit 400,000 subscribers on this channel. Man, that is a major feat. This ain't me. This is y'all. This is us. Me just they had put in the work, but I'm motivated to do it with you, the audience. So shout out to everybody who's been a part of this. Shout out to the old time subscribers, the ones them that's been following us since we never have no subscribers, to the ones them where followed us through all the ups and downs and the changes and the growth and development and them thing that. Shout out to the ones them who are new, who are just discovering us, who are here, and there are going to be some who are here to stay. Some are going to leave after me say something that you don't like, but you'll probably be back, you know, because we're them kind of people that we don't have no bad feelings or nothing. We just say things how it should be said in our eyes anyways. But it's all a vibe, and it's all a good vibe. And I'm feeling really, really good because I thought come around the last night of December into the morning of January 1st of 2025 is when we would get close to 400K. Then I would have to say to the audience, okay, we didn't make the mark, but we got close to it. So within the first month or so of January, we'll probably hit 400K. Nah, we hit 400K before we even finished November. We still have all of December to go, right? This is a major feat for us on this channel. So big up to everybody who is a part of this. I appreciate y'all greatly. Can't do it without you. Cannot do it without you. I don't care what anybody thinks. You're not your channel. You're just the vessel and the vehicle that drives it. But it's the audience that is the actual channel. Yeah, because if the audience they take with themselves, you left standing there by yourself. Talk all the talk you want to talk. You left standing there by yourself. So I truly take none of it. I truly give it to you guys. I appreciate you greatly. Thank you so much. Missy Brom Brom says, we are here to stay for real. Commentary. Big up yourself and thank you so much, sis. I appreciate you greatly, right? So proud of all of you. Great goodies. Big up yourself. Thank you, Jenny Duncan. Thanks, all of you. This was the goal for 2024 and we smashed it. So yes, you know, that's life, man. You set goals, you know, you work towards them and you smash them goals and then you set new goals and you work towards those and you smash those and you continue to do that and you continue to build. That's what I'm on. That's what I encourage everybody to be on, right? All right, we're not gonna dwell upon that too long this morning, though. Passing moment, we're there. What's next? Sometimes it's good to do to slow down a little bit and to celebrate an accomplishment and, as they say, smell the roses, right? Calm down for a little bit, smell the roses. It's not always smash a goal onto the next one, smash a goal onto the next one. It's also very important to celebrate every little milestone, every little accomplishment, every little achievement, because those build up motivation in you to want to do more. You ever see some people who accomplish a lot and they're just unhappy? And if the more them get, is the more them unhappy? Yeah, it's because they probably along the way, they never celebrated the journey. They never appreciated the journey. They never celebrated the little milestones along the way that got them to the big goals. And then when them get the big goal, it's like, oh, I did so much to get here. All right, on to the next goal. And they never took time to stop to say, man, we hit 50,000 subscribers. I've been happy since day one. The first time we hit 10,000 subscribers, I was like, yes, I'm so happy. I feel the same way now, or even more elated now, because of course it's a way bigger number. But I've been counting and celebrating and counting and celebrating every bit. I'm truly grateful for every bit of it, every step of the way. You know, we've seen a lot of people try it and it didn't work for them and they disappeared. And then we've seen a lot of people also just keep going for years and they never get anywhere close. So something is right. Something is right. And that's why it keeps growing. And we're thankful for that. Right? All right. With that said, we're going to talk about there's a thing going on in Jamaica right now where it's a political thing where I find it disturbing because I see a lot of comments on social media about Mark Golding being white. But I see black Jamaicans saying stuff like, we don't want no white man rule around here. You will never be prime minister of Jamaica, white boy. Was it yesterday? Yesterday, yes, because it's yesterday I put up the IG message and then figured I would talk, elaborate, expound up on it this morning here. So we're going to get into that a bit. It was a bit disturbing to me. There's a story here about a woman that feels bad cheating on her husband. We're going to get into that story. Have a laugh. Just a little bit of news in passing. The Jamaican dollar is now 158 Jamaican dollars to one US dollar as of this morning. 158 Jamaican dollars to one US dollar. The dollar does a slide a go. So for those of us who've been around, we've had this discussion a couple of times before on this channel. Remember when time the dollar was 2 to 1. As so far may I come from. I remember when Jamaica dollar was 2 to 1. You had, oh look, right here. If you came to Jamaica with one of these, one US dollar, you could only get 2 Jamaican dollar. I've been here since them time then. Not here on YouTube. YouTube didn't exist, but here in creation since them time then. So for me to, and for others like me, imagine the people who are before me who know it when it was less. So for me to be here now, and then I remember it jumped from 2 to rapidly ended up at 5. So it was 1 US dollar to 5 Jamaican dollars. And even then it was good. So imagine people like me now seeing 158 to 1 when we can tell you about when it was 2 to 1. By my, things have changed. But not only the value of our money has changed, everything else has changed along with it, right? Right. Our social norms have changed quite a bit. The landscape of our socioeconomics have changed quite a bit. Some of our culture has changed quite a bit, even. I just think a lot of things have changed, but we've said this before too. The only thing that is constant and guaranteed in this life is change. Somebody said change and taxes, but there are a lot of people that evade taxes and don't pay them. So change. Change is constant and guaranteed, and ain't nothing you could do about it. But we do remember those days. Them days the way I go a shop with, them used to send me go a shop with 50 cents and dollar. For you, that was your picnic money, you know. It wasn't sending you to go buy nothing for the family. It was your picnic money. When them give you $1, them time they them give you a whole heap of money. You go to the store, go get 20 buster. We used to like the buster. Them buster is like burnt sugar candy or wrap up in the white paper and them stick up in your teeth. Yeah, that used to be one of my favorite candy. Or they did have a toffee back then, and ice mint. And they did like ice mint too. So the ice mint buster and toffee, I come back with like 20 of them. You can't even buy one now. Not even one you can't buy now for that. So yeah, we've been here and seen a lot, man. God no, me not being in America and spending American dollars, you start to think like, yeah, my money can stretch when we go to Jamaica. But being a Jamaican at heart too, and looking back, say from Jamaica looking out, you're like, damn, I really hope it don't slide any further than that. Because I would hate to see the future brings 1 US dollar to 300-400 Jamaican dollars, 1 British pound to 500 Jamaican dollars. It's scary to think that that's a possibility, like it could happen. And I hope it never happens, right? Red in the middle of the greater cake them. Yeah. You know, say food coloring, me used to wonder where them get red coconut for putting a food coloring. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning. Hello.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, now I can. Loud and clear.
Why the koala says something boy with the taffy and them thing there
and the buster and
but may I bring it back further.
easy caramel.
Big Jilla Island quarter bread.
Quarter cut of butter and
Man, 5 cent bulla with Jack
5 cent bulla and jackass call. Oh
brother,
God.
your show is one of the best show and congratulations.
Manners and respect, brother.
They can't take you down. They might take the one here video, but they can't stop it off. So all of you out there love you, because you make me feel a part of you, a part of your show, we are family.
Manners and respect. See? Manners and respect, my brother.
And when you just talk about the 2 for 1 and the dollar and them boy, you bring me way back. Come on, give me them days.
Aye, sir.
I mean, that's how old, man. Remember the Jackals gone and with Taffy and the boy. You show nice. You show nice, brother.
All right, manners and respect, brother.
Yeah, man. Big up.
Big up. Aye, sir. Oh man, I remember one time the youth them used to, the bigger boy them in my community, them used to go. Bigger boy them, we used to walk behind them and we couldn't afford like some of the things them afford. And you come from school and some people take off shoes to cross river. The bread, you could have smelled the bread being baked, right? And them used to get quarter bread and butter and them kind of something there. Quarter bread and butter them time they are like $1 or $1.50 or something like that, you know. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Morning, SouFLo.
Good morning, family. How you doing?
Good. So what happened to the Paradise Plum?
Paradise Plum. Go on now.
and the thinking toe.
And thinking toe. Choke you. Wait. The thinking toe. Hear what? My grandmother them used to say, don't eat the thinking toe them because them will choke you. So me teeth off some thinking toe off of a man had a big tree close to a house. And just like any other Jamaican picnic, you stone off the people them thinking toe are their fruits off of them tree. And I did one day me crack one and eat it. And it choked me. And it was the first and the last time I ate it. Because me think somebody did I got dead. And me panic when it choked me, you know. Because me I said, Miss Ruby, I got kill me even after me dead. Because me make the thinking toe kill me. So thinking toe. That thing dusty as hell. No must. I want to. Listen. Our country we come from, you know, Clarendon Hills we come from. You know.
Those days were the best.
Oh God, man.
Best days.
Oh God. Remember milk when they used to give us milk powder and sugar?
So your parents used to dig the earth, the ground and put the ice underneath it?
Yes. Yes.
No. Those were some good days, SouFLo.
Then they used to give us a pink milk or a pink powder. I don't remember which one, but we used to have our.
But you remember the one? You remember the packaging we used to get at school with all them something in it? You remember the packaging?
With what? With like
vegetable. I one of the best patties. You remember them patties back then?
Yes, and this is before the veggie patty where them have now. This is way before what them have now. Yes. This is way before all that. I remember all that time the people them used to sell them food down a school gate. Jackass corn and porn.
The June plum in the bag, and we used to rub the tambourine ball, rub it till it get white, rub it.
A porn was my thing. Some of them don't even know what porn is.
The one of them cooking at the pot?
Yes, man.
Right, like plant and banana fritters?
No, porn. Porn is like a pudding kind of thing, but it bake in a pot, in a big Dutch pot. And then them turn it out of the Dutch pot, and I think it made with cornmeal or something. But they have a kind of sweetness to it and a softness to it. Asham.
You know the one of them used to sell at school. Them used to do the big banana pancake. One big one them used to do at the school gate.
Mm-hmm.
You know what buy that at school?
No, I did limited. I did severely limited. Big up yourself. Oi. Oh man, taking me down those memory lanes. Yeah, me used to limited, cause from where, so the first school we went to, the primary school, you can actually see the school from where we live. So we used to run straight down for lunch and run straight back up at school. But sometimes, you know, our grandmother used to give a little bit of pocket money, so we used to go at the school gate and buy, like Miss Anne used to be a pawn. God bless her soul. Miss Anne is gone, but Miss Anne used to be a car pawn, and she used to have potato pudding, and she used to have asham and them kind of something there. Asham. When me find out what asham was, me start try do it in the mortar where my grandfather beat him coffee beans them, and end up had coffee in my asham, but me still put a heap of sugar in it and yam it same way. And you know, just oh my god, man. Oh gosh. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Morning, so
Morning, family. What going?
good. You go.
Me good, man. You?
Congratulations.
All right, thank you. You know why your phone a break up like that, though, because we can't really hear you.
Okay. Can I hear me now?
You have us on speaker, Bluetooth, or anything like that?
You can't hear me now?
Loud and clear.
Okay. Yeah, me did I say congratulations on the 400,000.
All right, thank you, and thank you to you too for being a part of this journey. Thank
You
you.
know, so me I watch you from before you marry
Shakira,
Shakira.
really?
When you did have your other wife, your first wife.
Eh,
Yeah, and I remember one episode when she go to Jamaica and come back and bring back a whole suitcase of things where your family give her to bring back.
you remember wrong.
No, we did watch an episode.
Yes, she never go to Jamaica with me, so you remember wrong.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
Shakira is the one where do the whole heap of traveling and bringing back stuff and stuff. So I think you're tying in both with each other. So this channel actually started off as a family channel, right? And I wanted it to be for like me and my boys.
yeah, because your kids was on there too.
Right. And then because people were so disrespectful about the children and all that, and it wasn't really getting any views, the channel would literally get some of the video them, all when we go check them 1 month later, it have 7 views. After 30 days, 7 views and 10 views and 20 views. So we had one day I sat and said to myself, you know, this YouTube thing here, this time YouTube wasn't even monetized yet. They weren't paying people to do platforms yet. So I said to myself, and thank you God for putting this in me. Sometimes I don't know how certain things reach, but I said to myself, you know, so I can see a day coming where this is going to be monetized to where people are going to start get them own channel and get paid to partner with YouTube and stuff. So what can I do to actually make people tune in? Because obviously nobody wants to see me raising children. So what is it going to be? And something just said to me, you are a Jamaican. You're raised in the US, yes. You've been here a long time, yes. Which makes you even more unique because you can relate to here and you can definitely relate to Jamaica and Jamaican culture. So how about you do that and stick to that and build a platform based on that? And from there, so the rest is history. It just started growing and growing and growing. Yeah.
So for me need they need you to give me a price on how much your council to help people with Fidem channel because we need help with Fimi channel.
Can give some can give some advice behind the scenes and stuff. Yeah. You know what? I'm not gonna say you, but I have done this before, and the first thing people always say is, Lord, that sounds like too much work. You know, and not 1 and 2. Lord, that sounds like too much work. When me I tell them the things they need to do, me I hear them I tell me about. All right, so get to the partner, man, where like you know where it actually starts to work and stuff. Me I said, this is it. It's a journey. The whole thing you have to do all of them.
Exactly.
Boy, that sounds like too much work.
At 3 years now, me I try build this channel.
Yeah, well, it was about that for me before it actually even do nothing.
Okay.
Yeah. So
one more thing before me go.
Yeah.
You did a talk about cooking fish, and your mother said she not like cook fish in her house because of the smell.
Yeah, she not like the fish smell.
Something what you can do to get rid of the smell.
What?
I learned it from an older lady.
What?
Because she used to have to cook fish for her husband every day. She take little pine salt and put it in one little pot and put little water in it and put it on the stove and put it down real low and make it simmer and the smell of the pine salt will go through the house and go through the curtain them and everything and clear out the smell.
All right, good advice. Sound like it can work. So
all right then.
All right, I appreciate you here. Big up yourself.
Yeah.
All right. No, that's not Vicky. Wherever Vicky is, big up herself. Anyways, we had the chat open the other morning, and Vicky was in the chat talking about how she got sue me and all these things. I guess Vicky is still on the same thing that she was on before. But I don't have no bad wishes for nobody, man. Big up yourself same way, wherever you're at. Right? Yeah, I think not only pine salt, but you can probably simmer, like Dorothy T is saying, simmer anything. Wifey have some oils and stuff. And me say she used them, and the fish smell don't stay in my house. So she know what she do, and we leave that to her. Right. Purple Fabuloso in a pot. Fabric softener as well. Tell us your channel. Well, tell us your channel. Mel said, tell us your channel. That's Marie's 411 TV. That was on the phone just now. Marie's 411 TV. She's also a member here on this channel. If me see her name pop up in here, I'm going to tell you, and you can just click her name. Just like Lovely Aneka, when she pop. Oh, there she is right there. Lovely Aneka is right here. Lovely Aneka. There is no quick way to the top. You have to start from the bottom and work your way up. Lovely Aneka is right there. Yeah, so this is another way that we do it, you know. You just, people support you, you support them back. They're on your platform, you tell your family about them, go support them as well. Just, it's easy to do. Literally click our name, it's gonna pull her up, hit subscribe and come right back. It's not hard. It's not hard. You know, when I tell some people to subscribe to other people, hear them now. Like when I was telling them to subscribe to Shakira's channel or whatever, hear them. Yeah, me not really like our content still in a SouFLo, cause me a man, I me not do makeup on them something there. Like, bro, I'm sure you don't visit every channel that you subscribe to. Sometimes people just need you to give them the number. You know what I mean? Right. So some people act like to subscribe, it costs them a lot. And they're like, oh, I don't know if I really want. Like, genuinely, truly, just hit the subscribe button and keep it going. You know, if you end up back over there for the actual content, then that's another thing. But just genuinely, it's not, me don't know, it's not hard to do. Live on the air with SouFLo, good morning.
Good morning, SouFLo.
Grand Rising family, how you doing?
I'm well. How about yourself?
I can't complain.
Okay. I just wanted to tell you about the hasham. The hasham, you can use a Dutch pot or a frying pot and just put the brown sugar and the cornmeal. That's how I used to make it when I was a kid in Jamaica.
Wait, you used to put the brown sugar and the what?
Cornmeal.
And the cornmeal?
And yeah.
Oh God.
The hasham is brown sugar and cornmeal.
So for me, how I tried to make it was I used to put the corn in the roast the corn and put it in the mortar and beat it. Cause my grandfather had a mortar and he used to beat him corn in his coffee beans in the mortar.
Okay, nice.
And that's how he grounded it. And I would put the sugar in
that
there.
That would give you extra energy.
Right. So I guess I went the long way. You just went a shortcut. You went cornmeal.
That was it.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
All right. You take care, SouFLo.
You too, though.
Blessings. All right. Take care. Bye.
Wow. Yeah, so she just went the short route. So cornmeal come from corn, right? So she just went straight to the corn. You know, sir, that's why them say women are sometimes just more smarter than men. Cause me that I try, we could have teeth out little Miss Ruby cornmeal and add some sugar to it and put it in a pot. I didn't know that. I thought it had to be the actual corn. So I used to shell off the corn and roast the corn and then shell it off in the thing and beat it. The man there beat and you spin the stick and come back down with it. Spin the stick. Some of y'all don't even know what a mortar is. We don't even know where a mortar is. Well, modern people. But we have a mortar. And my grandfather used to beat him coffee beans in the mortar. Them roast the coffee beans first, then put it in the mortar and beat them, and that's how you get the coffee. And then them draw coffee drinks, coffee tea and stuff with it. Yeah. I put lemon and cinnamon leaves in a pot and hot water for the odor of the eucalyptus leaves or oil. Says RR123. And Missy Bram Bram says she was the first person in look at the beginning at Marie's message. Marie's message 411. When you see Marie's message 411, just click that. That's her. All right. So here what? Yes, the dollar is now 100. You see, we just start talking about the dollar at 158. Slide gone from the days of 2 for 1, and look where we're gone into a big old conversation about what was and how things was. I hated beating coffee in that damn Martha says Dorothy T. They didn't let us do it. My grandfather loved to do it for himself, and we weren't supposed to touch that Martha. And my grandmother, she was kind of a funny kind of woman. She didn't think it was okay for you to eat certain things. Like Hasham, she wouldn't feed with Hasham and she didn't want us to eat it. I'll give you a funny joke real quick. One day I'm running through which part we live, through the woods and stuff and trees and stuff. And I run past my neighbor them kitchen. And I saw the lady, I'm not gonna say her name, prepare a plate. And the plate for my neighbor was yellow yam and dumpling with scrambled egg. Yellow yam and dumpling with scrambled egg on the plate. And I see it. Now that little detail right there, right? Dr. Michelle, I appreciate you greatly. Thank you so much. Dr. Michelle says, congratulations. I've been watching you since you would do morning thoughts in your car and also when you would travel to Texas for work. Hard work, consistency, and dedication pays off. Yes, indeed. And I appreciate you greatly and thank you so much. You know, for the New Year's, I won't speak on the New Year's plans. We'll just see. Sometimes it's good to just go into and just have it. It makes the journey more exciting. So I won't even speak it. We'll just see. There are things that are going to be happening in the new year coming as well. So I appreciate you greatly, Dr. Michelle, and thank you. All right, so I run through the people in place around their board kitchen and I see the plate. So I'm going to tell my grandmother. I said, Grandma, I want scrambled egg with yam and dumpling. And she said, who eat that? No, them the I know good food that for people like she would be like that's not food for us. We're above that kind of thing. My grandmother was a very proud woman. You know, anybody who know Miss Ruby will tell you say she was very like in the South they call them Southern belles. That's how my granny was. Okay, so when she hear about people that eat scrambled egg with yam and dumpling and banana or whatever, she's like, no, scrambled egg is like for breakfast. And you would have scrambled egg with traditional breakfast stuff. Whether that do on dinner plate or lunch plate with yellow yam or something. She said, that's for somebody who can't afford no better. That's for somebody who can't afford any better. So I always thought, through grandma says so, me no want to do it. As a grown person here in Florida, me buy yellow yam, I'm a scrambled egg. I'm going to eat the scrambled egg with the yellow yam. I said, Jesus Christ. I want to let my granny know how good that tastes. You see the same piece of yellow yam there and the dumpling them. You see when you fry them over the next morning. Please, somebody try this. If you don't have food, if one of these days you cooked food, you make some dumpling, some yam in there, piece of yellow, have to put the piece of yellow yam in there. Dumpling and the yellow yam, those two. Please leave some of it for the next morning. Strain off the water, fry them over, and scramble some egg, go with it. Oh my. Ever since then, it's been like one of my favorite things to eat. So, Miss Ruby, God bless you, Miss Ruby, but this same people food, where you said the people that must can't afford better, me love it. Me love it. And that's how I discovered it. Me I run around like a picnic, I run through people yard, I run through them kitchen part and see it. Right? Funny. Fry over food is the best with sausage and eggs. See them, Mr. Bram Bram. Dorothy T says, I do that, but not with eggs. Man, listen, that yellow yam and the fry over dumpling, fry them over with eggs. I promise you, you're going to love it. Most people are going to love it anyway, unless you have some kind of, I don't know, because everything is not for everybody. Food is subjective to taste. What tastes really, really good for me could probably make you want to throw up, right? Right. So, but I promise you, most people, if you eat yam and you eat dumpling and you eat eggs, if it's already in your dietary plan, you are going to enjoy that meal right there. Tell me how it tastes. Me do it and sprinkle like a salt on it, and what a meal tastes good. I said my grandmother don't know what this tastes like, or maybe, because them people they are coming from a time when, resources were scarce at one point. So maybe she eat so much of it that she never want to eat it again. And she never want her grandpickle them eat it because it made her feel like they were poor or something like that. They are different than it's just so much stuff that the elders take to their grave that make you wish you had sat down with them. I remember going to Jamaica the last few years of my grandparents' life, and my neighbor, who is my really good friend, now him say, say your grandparents are the last ones standing of them generation in where we come from. And they were. My grandparents outlived everybody. They're the last two standing. And he suggested to me, him say, "Me see you do your video thing all the time. Sit down with your grandparents and video some conversations with them. You might not have to share them with everybody. You can choose what you share, but video with them and ask them about them past and ask them about on the family tree and on the lineage and all these things. Because once them gone, that gone. If them never tell nobody, and can I tell you something? That was a wise decision I did not follow. And I didn't follow it because my grandfather lost his hearing in the latter part of his life. He lost his hearing. And I remember me bring down a hearing aid set for grandpa. He had severe hearing loss. So the hearing aid set I bought was pretty expensive here. But I was willing to not spare any expenses because I just wanted my grandfather to hear again. Because I used to go to Jamaica and I would be talking to him and he couldn't respond to me because he couldn't hear. And then he would try to read your lips and his response would be off. So when I got the hearing aids and I brought them, I remember I had an audiologist tune them up here in the US. And the audiologist was like, I could tune them better if I had the person with me. But I'm going to try to tune them for somebody who has severe hearing loss, like you said. And I hope it works for you because I told them he was in Jamaica. And when I brought them, right, and I fit them to my grandfather's ears, my grandfather have a pig pen in the back part of his property. And from around a front veranda, Grandpa said, "Mr. Them work, Grandpa?" Him say, "Yes, man." We start see his head moving around like this because he's hearing everything. And then him say, "Me can't hear. They hug them around the back." And him get up and walk down around which part him pick them there. And I was like, yes. And I had my son with me. And my son could now talk to his grandfather, his great grandfather. And they had such a beautiful time. I took a lot of pictures of that time. Man, everything in life, people, trust me, is in passing. And it's going way faster than you think it's going. That's the reality of that. But my grandfather was a kind of person like this. Him say, wherever God wants him to hear, God will make sure say him hear it. So he take off the hearing aid, and the hearing aid have, you gotta open it and pop out the battery and change the battery and all. My grandfather said too much work that. Then him go drop the battery and him can't find it, and him just put them in a drawer and he never wore them again. So only when I would come there, he would go, when my hearing aid them is Ruby, and he would try to put in his hearing aid, or I would fit them on him so he could hear me. But he didn't want to wear them anymore. The man's literally said, where God wants him to hear, him will hear that. Anything other than that, God don't want him hear it. Yo, so God, man. But anyhow, yeah, enough of that. I should have preserved, shoulda, woulda, coulda in hindsight. There was so much they took to their graves that I think I could have gotten. But I just didn't want to put a camera on my grandparents and be like, yes, so grandma, tell me this and tell me that. And, I don't know how they would have felt about it because they weren't those kind of people. They come from a different time and they weren't those kind of people. Remember them people that would take flower pictures? Every time you say, come we take some picture, my grandmother have to find some flowers. And she hold the flowers them. All right, take a next one. She on the floor. She on the flowers them, right? Look back at your older, at your elder people them. Them are gonna find a flowers or them are gonna find a garden somewhere, and this is where them pitch up and take picture. All right, take a next one. Right? They were them kind of people then. Them are not kind of people where you put camera upon them and video them and question them. So we lost a lot along the way. But I've learned, and now I will be leaving a lot behind for my children, you know, so them can, because I understand the importance of that now. So you can look back and say, well, wow, that's our background. My dad right here on video. Let's go play one of his video. Okay, so we come from, oh, and then we have, all right, and then this, you know, those are interesting things that you want to know. It completes you. Great Goodies says Jamaica was using photo props from before Instagram. Oh, them must know. We set trends even from way back then. Take a next one. Yes, that was paternal Miss Ruby proper. Yes, yes, yes. All right. So unfair gender expectations we're going to talk about this morning as well, and falling for a coworker we're going to talk about this morning as well. Some pretty interesting stuff here. Jamaica's alarming femicide rate. I think we will leave that one for last, and we will continue to laugh until this gets very serious. Okay. The Jamaica alarming femicide rate. There's a new report out and some new incidents that recently happened. I'll leave that one for last. Let's talk about unfair gender expectations. This goes for everybody, male and female, man and woman. Unfair gender expectations. I really want to talk about the Mark Golding versus Edward Seaga stuff. Y'all choose which one I go with first. Do I go with the unfair gender expectations or the Mark Golding versus Edward Seaga, or the white ruler? I'll give you 60 seconds. Are we going to go with the white ruler stuff or the unfair gender expectations? Gender, Nans says gender. Great Goodies says Mark versus Seaga. That's 2. I need some more participation than that. We are already 10 seconds in. Counting. 11, 12, 13, 14. Is it going to be? Is it going to be? Is it going to be? The black ruler now works, so might as well. Christine Simpson says RR1, 2, 3. Mark again. All right, so we have 1 gender, 1, 2, 3. Mark 4. Golding. Golding or gender. Golding or gender. Golding or gender. Golding or gender. We are 25, 26, 27, 28, 30 seconds in with 30 seconds to go. Overwhelmingly so far, it is Mark. Golding, gender. We have 2 gender. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 marks. We are 40 seconds in. We have 20 seconds to go. We have 3 gender, and the majority is Mark. More Mark. Karen Baker, Mark. Anthony Vaz, Mark. Donna Davis, Mark. Jenny Duncan, Mark. BM says gender. Empress Stephanie, thank you for being here, says Mark Golding. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Overwhelmingly, it's Mark. 2, 1, done. Mark it is. Okay, listen. We want to word this properly because we don't want nobody feel disrespected. So, I know there's a funny saying, out of many, one people. I heard one Rastaman say one time, I don't know about that, you know, because I think them left off part of the sentence because it's supposed to really say out of many, one people are suffer. See? So, which I thought was pretty funny. But then when I got home and I thought about it, I was like, Ross, I kind of true, you know. Out of many in Jamaica, one people are suffer because I never seen no white people in Jamaica suffer yet. But maybe it's because you haven't been to certain parts in Jamaica where there are white people and they live like anybody else, right? They're not above anybody else. Now get back to our out of many, one people motto. I struggle to get this across to everybody outside of Jamaica or even people in Jamaica. Jamaica is not just black people place, as in if you're Jamaican, you're automatically black, right? It's not. You have to understand our history. You have to understand where we're coming from. You have to understand how Jamaica itself was formed. And this is not nothing that nobody can remix or redo. It is just as it is, right? So when in you already, it's just in you already. However it got there, it's in you already. We've had this conversation before. It's politics time again, and they're playing big politics in Jamaica. Always using something to distract the people from what they're supposed to be focused on. And now, apparently, Mark Golding's race has become an issue. Prominent persons in the Jamaica Labour Party have brought up comments like, Mark Golding is disrespectful to black people in Jamaica. And believe it or not, a lot of black Jamaicans have taken it from them and are now running with it all over social media. Yeah, we don't want no white boy come rule with white boy. You could never be Prime Minister of Jamaica, white boy. So I was like, wasn't Edward Seaga a white man? Now put this, if you split this into JLP, PNP, Edward Seaga was a white man. But go deeper than that. Edward Seaga wasn't just a white man, he was non-Jamaican white man. He's not Jamaican. Edward Seaga was not born in Jamaica. He was not raised in Jamaica. Edward Seaga, and it goes even deeper than that. Watch this. Mark Golding was born in Jamaica, raised in Jamaica. And Mark also had put it out there, I remember, years ago and recently also, where he said, I've never lived or worked anywhere else in my life. I've always been in Jamaica, on Jamaican soil, right? Seaga born in Jamaica. He wasn't schooled in Jamaica. He didn't even marry a Jamaican. Did y'all see who Mark Golding's wife is? Right. So Mark obviously don't look at himself as me better than them. Me I try preserve my white bloodline kind of thing. Because some people do that. They'll be your best of friends, right? They'll be Caucasian and they'll be your best of friends. And you'll be, oh, my black friend. But they will never marry or procreate with your kind. Because to them, they're trying to preserve their white bloodline. Now, nothing wrong with that. If that's what you want to do, then there's nothing wrong with that, right? But it's very unfair and hypocritical to do a comparison and try to talk about Mark can never be Prime Minister of Jamaica because we don't want a white man rule with, when he's every bit of a Jamaican. He is every bit of a Jamaican, and not only that, he found a Jamaican woman beautiful enough to fall in love with, to have all his children with. It's not a man who married and divorced and find one next woman and have a bag of woman. He's been committed to the same Jamaican woman for all these years that has had all his children. And they've built their life together in Jamaica. So it's kind of weird that they forget that Edward Seaga, who they look up to so much, wasn't born in Jamaica, wasn't raised in Jamaica, didn't choose a Jamaican woman to be his wife either. He chose somebody that looked like him. Kind of remind me of somebody like Eminem. Eminem is a really good rapper. To Eminem's credit, whenever a big voice is needed for injustice in the African-American community, he normally speaks up. But Eminem was very careful to make sure that when it was time for him to procreate, when it was time for him to be in love and settle down and whatever you want to call it, he made sure that, because he got rich out of black culture and he gives us credit for that, but he made sure he went to who looks like him. That's kind of reminds me of how Seaga was. If you are so in love with Jamaica, why didn't you come there and fall in love with the people and even fall in love with one of our women and take her up the ladder with you? Because you didn't think that they were, you know where I'm going with this, right? I hate to speak on the dead, but this is what it is. It's right before our eyes, right? Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Morning, SouFLo.
Good morning, family.
And the thing about it is the party leader has not come up front and even condemned such a behavior.
And they're making it run wild. And I see it getting out of control.
Yeah.
Yes, and I see it's getting out of control. And
it's the same thing that they're trying to do with Isaac too. They're trying to run this thing against. I don't understand why these people are doing that.
Yeah. So Isaac is non-rehabilitatable, forever a criminal kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's like, forget that he in his earlier part of life had some mishaps, but was able to turn himself around completely into the stellar attorney that he is today. Forget that part. He is forever a criminal in our mind. And the PNP should have never picked him for anything because it says something about their merit. It says something about where their values, their core values are. It's stupid as hell.
Stupid as crazy. But look at America. Look at America. Look at the leader who is going to be the president of this country. You're saying Isaac couldn't run for no political thing in Jamaica?
Right.
It's crazy. And the party leader needs to come out and condemn such a behavior. I think he's the one that wants to say, so probably he doesn't want to condemn it.
It benefits him to not condemn it. It's that simple.
Yeah, it benefits him.
Right. If it was against him, he would have been speaking up loudly about it.
Exactly, SouFLo.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. But it benefits him, and that's why he's remaining silent.
Yes. Yes, absolutely.
I'll hang up and listen.
All right, family. Yeah, so here we are in the Jamaica where is one love. And this is one thing that we don't want in Jamaica because it's only going to hurt us, okay? I never really know about black and white till I came to the United States of America. Now, mind you, I came to Jamaica. I came to the U.S. when I was pretty young. But there was nothing in Jamaica in my formative early years growing up that made me sit and say, damn, I'm black. And he is white. And he is Chinese. And we are divided. That never crossed my mind until I came to the U.S. It is when I came to live in the United States of America, I got a rude awakening pretty early. So we don't want that in Jamaica. And it's not the place for it. And it's going to do more harm to us than good. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Hi, good morning, SouFLo.
Good morning, family. How you doing?
I hope I'm fair enough because last time you told me something.
We couldn't hear you.
But anyways.
As long as you don't have us on speaker and Bluetooth or anything like that, we can hear you.
Yes. I wanted to point out in the discussion that you're having, poor white Jamaicans, all they have to do is go to Germantown and see poor white Jamaicans.
Yes. Well, right? Yes. She said, if you've never seen poor white Jamaicans before, all you have to do is go to Germantown and you will see them.
All right. Another thing is, in regards to this color thing, we never used to have that in Jamaica. And I think a lot of it we attribute to social media and the internet.
Right.
All right. When it comes to politics, they love illiterate, ignorant people. All right. And I'm sorry, I'm not pointing fingers when I say this. It is just the truth. They like to keep people in the dark.
Yes.
All right. They want to divert your attention to this man's color, to take away from but exactly what is happening in Jamaica. And what we have to do is refocus people back, because look at what happened here in the United States. Because we all focus on, oh, she's a woman and she's black and she's this. you know, and we need to refocus people back to exactly what the problems are in Jamaica that needs to be addressed, and not the color of this man's skin. Is he gonna do a better job than what you're doing right now?
That should be the focus.
That
should be the focus.
All right,
absolutely.
And they play on this. They play on this because they want people to stay in the dark and be ignorant and focus you on something as trivial as somebody's skin color and not the job that they can do. All right, and that's just what I have to say.
All right, and I appreciate you greatly because you spoke nothing but truth. Thank you.
All right.
Yeah, she basically said that, you know, on both sides of the aisle, just nobody in particular, but a lot of these politicians, period, whether one side or the other, they love ignorance, and the ignorant people are who they use to drive they're the driving force behind if you pay attention to the election that just took place in the US, that's a very true statement. Live on the air with SouFLo, good morning.
Good morning, SouFLo.
Good morning, family.
Or good afternoon from where I'm at.
Okay.
And to all the SouFLo family. SouFLo.
Yes.
You know, what I don't understand is when me come a foreign, you know, I don't know if it's still because me have to come off of the phone for call you and it is busy for a good little bit. Yeah. So when me leave Jamaica, me know about black and white. Of course, we used to say white people are come Jamaica and them something. Now we know say a white man, but
right.
So in my household and surrounding, there was no like perfect example. My grandmother, her father come from Scotland, right?
Right.
My father, his dad, father, great grandfather come from Pakistan, India, right?
Right.
My great grandmother born on the boat to Jamaica from Calcutta. she have the stamp. They gonna call it I'm gonna say stamp on her. She have the brand on her. That's why I'm anti-tattoo trigger, because she say all them hold on our grandmother, our mother and tattoo and brand her like an animal, right? So I'm anti have a thing with tattoo. Okay. So what you try to say to me now? Say me I'm not Jamaican or my father I'm not Jamaican. Because him born at Jamaica, him father born at Jamaica. His mother is an Indian too. She born at Jamaica. So me not understand why you say now my father Indian, because Indian come from my grandmother white, because my grandmother complexion eye, where we that say eye. With curly hair. So why I go look at my grandmother and say she's a white woman? Me no know. Because I never look at my grandmother and my cousin them will look so as white. Me just look at them as my cousin.
Right.
You may a little bit browner than me or you look a bit darker than me.
Right.
But this is all weird to me. I probably not understand social media, but to me, from this TikTok and them something there, this race thing and diversion is at an all-time high, and the people assume because you're of a color, you're of a place.
Right. Right. You know, it's funny.
That I don't get.
Right, because you know, whole heap of people, you don't look Jamaican. Like, I see videos going around where, like, Jamaicans of a fair complexion with straight hair or something like that, right? Or they might look what Hispanic is supposed to look like or whatever. People will tell them, like, are you sure you're Jamaican? Because you don't look Jamaican.
Exactly.
You know, and they're like, what am I supposed to look like?
You know, that's what I want to know. Like, what are Jamaicans supposed to look like? Me don't know.
I can't
but we bleach out and we color them because them are going to look like, oh, you know, look like Jamaican. Oh, you mean, so what Jamaican look like? They ever expect, me don't know if the bleach out, the color there, them, the this. Me don't know, because in my little head, that may I put it down too. Because me not understand how you mean, say, my grandmother, she not look like Jamaican. Your father is Jamaican, him born a Jamaican, and you have me stunned now. Me I look like a very idiot because I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, I've seen people get deeply questioned. Like they'll be like, "Yes, I'm Jamaican," and they're like, "Yeah, but your parents aren't Jamaican." And they're like, "My parents are Jamaican.
God.
I was born in Jamaica." Yeah, but you weren't born in Jamaica, were you? No, I was born there. My parents are from there. My grandparents are from there. And they're like,
"No, from there."
Not. One girl said, "What am supposed to look like?" One girl said, "What am supposed to look like?" A big plate of ackee and saltfish. I guess I'm supposed to look like the national dish.
Some steamed fish with crackers stuff me. Come on, man.
Yeah, the ignorance is at the all-time high. We don't need it.
It's different. Me say my Africa call you this man and say this kids. One heap of time I want to call her, but me and say with me come from such a diverse background. Me call her enlighten people like, hello, one bag of million of different skin color. We come from Jamaica. My grandmother Jamaica, her father come from Scotland. Her mother black, must come from some part of Africa. I don't know. Her fair mother. And my father both side family from India. Him great grand them come from Pakistan. My grandmother come from Calcutta.
Right.
My grandfather now, our man will come from a compound town.
See.
So yes, see me when you look at me, I don't know what you say. and me a Jamaican and the whole of them are Jamaican. Me never look at my father and say my Indian man are
Yeah, we say mix up.
So hello world. One bag of way out there.
We are
I just saw the thing said.
Exactly.
If you want to open our mouth, whether we will look Chinese or we look white or we look Indian or we look Hispanic, when we open our mouth, no question it. Because even though we speak English, one little tick that in it, when me hear me say, yeah, man, you're Jamaican. You don't need no other question. Yeah, one little tick. So listen out for the tick.
The tick.
And when you hear what you say,
yeah.
Don't care what them look like, them are Jamaican.
Yes, I agree.
Yes,
exactly.
we are like that. We not like that. Yeah.
Big up yourself, Carla.
And you and families.
All right. One love.
All right.
Yeah, Carla is very passionate about our heritage and letting you know that she's still Jamaican. Long story short, all she just said was we're well mixed up. We're a big melting pot. Okay. So back to this thing now, trying to use Mark Golding's skin color against him, or his race against him, rather. I think it's disingenuous. Matter of fact, it's more than disingenuous. It is super inflammatory. It's super wrong. And the prime minister, which is the leader of his party, he needs to put a stop to it immediately, because I'm not in Jamaica. I'm a foreign mide, and I see it. I see what it's doing online, right? And if this kind of atmosphere is created, I'm sure you are aware of it too, sir. Right, Honorable Andrew Holness. So you need to put a stop to it. Say something, right? Say something about it. And don't wait too late until you've gained all the benefits from it. Then you come act like, oh, we should have never said that. And I do not stand for that. Because sometimes your silence is your consent. And in this particular case, I think your silence is your consent. Me deal with too much racism, and like me auntie say, racialism. Me deal with too much of that foreign already. I want Jamaica to be the only place in the world for me where I come home and me don't have to deal with that. I don't want to ever have to deal with that in Jamaica, and I've never had to deal with it, and I don't want to ever deal with it. I used to go to Knox, right? And I had Chinese friend, white friend, the Cayman, the island of the Caymans, them have for them airline. The man who owned that airline, his daughter was boarded out at Knox. And the only thing I remember about Nancy is she used to, now that I think about it, she was a white girl. And them always put part her hair down the middle and braid it down in a two long pigtail. She had blonde hair. And I think she had blue eyes, white as white. But me no remember the skin. All I remember is Nancy used to eat butter. She had an addiction to the Jamaican butter. And she used to eat so much of it that they had a medical emergency with her up at Knox. Right? Me have Chinese friend. We never used to think them was Chinese like that. Yeah, you know, say Chinese people, them call them all over Jamaica and down at the patty shop and over the this and yes and the wholesale store and whatever. But it wasn't like what they're trying to make things out to be today. All of us were in one circle, and you have your friend will look Chinese or wherever you call him Chinaman. Your friend where look more Indian than anything, you call him bad Indian, or you call him Indian, or you call him something. Your friend were really dark skin, you call him blacker. Your friend were really light skin, you find a name for him too. And that's how we were. And it was never anything to divide and separate. It was all done through you are part of this family, so this is a fair name for you. And we move on about your business. We never compare history and be like, oh, you're this and I'm that. And we're not. Me not understand it, but we don't want it. We don't want it. And I see it happening. So Mark Golden, you don't have nothing to feel bad about. You were born in Jamaica. Mark is a Jamaican true and true. Now, it goes to speaking though about what will happen later on. Because don't forget, earlier this week, we had a conversation about us as disappearing people. And I said that these different people are going to come to Jamaica because of what's happening to us in Jamaica. We're murdering out, our murder rate is super high. 1,600, 1,500, 1,100, over 1,000 every single year religiously. Vibes Cartel did 13 years in prison, 12 years, 10 months, and some days away, but let's round it off to 13, even though I'm not like that. But let's round it off to 13, and in the 13 years he was gone, 17,500 and something Jamaicans were murdered. If we are going to keep going down that road, we won't be here anymore. And I don't know if y'all see the ceremonies, people swearing in as new citizens of Jamaica. They are coming in still from outside to build, to form their families and everything. So those children will be born right there in Jamaica. Now, those children will grow up, they will go off to own businesses and stuff like that. So when time we now elderly go into Jamaica, you can't tell them nothing because they're going to ask you the same question I'm saying now. I was born here. That's what they're going to say to you. I was born here. You can't look on them and say, yeah, but your daddy wasn't born here. Your daddy are one of the Chinese people them when they come here in 2024 when we're talking about 2040, 2035, you know, you can't tell them that because from them born there, and then they're going to learn the language, the custom, culture, mannerisms, everything like that. They're just going to be straight Jamaicans. As far as Mark Golden goes, for me, is a Jamaican. Born there, raised there, never been nowhere else, found love there, built his family there, raised his children there. And the biggest part about it, believe it or not, that sticks in my mind is this. Mark did not try to preserve what him look like. Remember, you know, Jamaica is a kind of place like this. You see, dark-skinned people, don't get it twisted. Jamaica still has the whole, if you're black, stay back, and if you're white, you're right, and if you're brown, stick around, and the paper bag look possible kind of thing. That was deeply embedded in our psyche, and it's very much alive within our society. So if Mark Golding was one of those kind of people that was trying to preserve and said to himself behind closed doors and his family, don't bother bring one of them black girl come up here, you know. You all the boys make sure when it's time for you to breed woman and have baby and go get married and something, you better look next door. You see our neighbors? You see how their daughters look? And them kind of girls that them look like you, right? Right. It's those kind of girls I want you to breed with and have picnic with and these kind of things. He didn't do that. He didn't do that. He actually went for the type of Jamaican, if you're going to go off a skin color, where you're going to say, why she black, sir? Oh, yeah, she real dark skin and thing. We're not too like them that dark, you know? Yeah, I prefer a little lighter. That's where he found love. That's the mother to all his children. That's his life partner. That him obviously love and respect to a certain degree and level. Isn't that what we want for our daughters? Right? Right. So to look at this man now and pull out him skin color and try to use it against him is wrong. It's more than wrong. And it's causing some kind of stir on a bigger level that we don't need. Yeah. We don't need it, don't want to see it at all. Yeah, we would have called with light skin. Not true, Darky T. Him really, really light skin. I read him name. Yeah, the red one name Reds. Yeah, you name Chinaman. You name so yeah, mad Indian or bad Indian or yeah, what go on Indian? Yeah. And it was nothing to it. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning, family. How you doing?
Hello.
Hello? Hello?
You hearing me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you now.
Okay. Yes, I want to sing a Bob Marley song for me this morning. And you know it, I don't think I have to tell you.
Until
right?
the color of a man's skin.
All right, thank you. But before you sing the song, this party, present government, they were the one who were accused of saying their party representative people are whiter than white. I don't know if you remember that.
Yes.
You remember? So when you look on film,
I read about it.
I call that Indian, whatever you want to call them, well brown.
Yes.
And PNP side was always the darker color. So just to say that, sing the Bob Marley, bye-bye.
All right. Shall I talk about Bob Marley song that says, until there are no more first class and second class citizens of any nation, until the color of a man's skin is of no more significance than the color of his eyes, I've got to say war. And until that day, the dream of lasting peace, war, citizenship, rule of international morality will remain but a fleeting illusion to be pursued but never attained, 'cause everywhere is war. Ta da ta 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 ta. War. You can't give me them song that for singing that, because I know every word to them song that. Now tell us that when me did upon my Rasta journey, a certain artist that I was deeply embedded in their music because them actually did teach something. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Good morning, SouFLo. How you doing?
I'm good, family. How you doing?
I'm good.
Talk to us now.
Yeah. So this whole, we're so gullible. Yeah, like we're just so, you know what I mean, so easily led. And the politicians know that our people really need to we really need to invest in an education, even self-education, because it's too easy to manipulate us. It's just too easy. Like it's a little scary. So yeah, I think, as you said, like bringing up his whole race and that whole racial component is just not. Jamaica have enough problems already. We really don't need to bring that in. Exactly. But I think at the same time we need to be conscious enough to address the colorism issue.
Right.
Right. And then you are right. There are very fair, light-skinned Jamaicans who you see generations and generations, and then see a black, them all marry white.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, and they have a right to do that, but they're Jamaican, but they're conscious enough to know they want to preserve themselves.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So we need that level of consciousness.
Right.
Where everybody's Jamaican, but we're conscious enough to say, hold on here. Many out of one, but the only one at the bottom, right?
Right.
So that needs to be addressed.
Right.
And if this administration wants to talk about color, I would like to know, what have they done for Black people in Jamaica? The masses of Black people. What have you done? What have you done for the people who worked the land for free and bled and died for free, and their descendants who still don't own a home in the land in which they died for and bled for. Y'all haven't done anything.
Right.
Matter of fact, what was the name? Which was an embarrassment. Mr. Beast, you know that guy?
Mr. Beast, that went to Jamaica.
Mr. Beast had to come to Jamaica and build 100 house. Decent looking house, not looking NHC matches, disrespectful matches Max. I
think he built 100 houses across the Caribbean.
Okay.
But in Jamaica, he did build a significant amount of them. So combined across the Caribbean, it was 100. I don't want to put out misinformation, so we all on the same page. But still, I think it was like 20 something or 30 something houses he built in Jamaica, which still it was kind of shameful to me. Still, right? Because I was like, man, look, we could have done that for us,
Right.
Right. But they praised him when he did it as an outsider. But it was shameful for me that the outsider had to, like when you hold pity on somebody and you're like, oh God, them so pop down and pitiful and poor. Let me give them something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Our government hasn't taken us above that.
Yeah. You still have your people in a pauper state. We still have place where people are living with no running water in 2024.
Yeah.
We still have place where Pitney are swing from the little Tarzan sitting to in 2024. So what have you done for Black people that we should say, yeah, Black man, yeah, work things, build up your people. You're not doing anything. So give the white man a chance. Might as well.
Might as well. Absolutely.
Might as well.
I agree. And the only tactic they have now to use is, well, him white, and him don't like Black people. Him don't like Black Jamaicans.
He don't like Black people, but he marry a Black woman. Make it make sense.
Yeah.
Someone at the top married Black, but a certain shade. They can't pass a certain shade. A Black.
Right.
Right? What we would call brown.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So
I'll pull out. I don't want to really do this, but I have to do it just for an example. I'll pull out Daryl Vaz as an example. Since they want me to use somebody modern, let's use Daryl Vaz, who is JLP, and Vaz, who is running against Isaac Buchanan right now for Portland East constituency. Did you see that? Did you see what his wife looks like him?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So those are the people that I'm talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
As Jamaican as they might be, they made sure that they stuck to somebody.
Line.
Right. They had a color line.
They have a color line.
Right.
Exactly.
Mark wasn't one of those people.
Exactly.
Right.
And I also wanted to address the many out of one people model, what a lot of us don't know. Because the Caribbean is considered part of Latin America as far as a wider region.
Right.
Right. This many out of one people motto, well, number one, it sounds nice. It sounds unifying, but it's not exactly true. Because as you said, when you look at the color strata, you can match the color strata against the economic strata and the social strata in Jamaica and most Caribbean islands.
Right.
And they align.
Right.
Color go with economics, go with social status for the most part. For the most part.
True.
Sorry, you want to say something?
No, I said true. I'm agreeing
with
you because it is true.
Yes. So this idea, and actually, I don't remember the president. It was the president in Brazil had written a letter to Roosevelt. They were having they were letters, having conversation about color, right? And the president in Brazil at the time, this is during like early 1900s, was saying that what they have done to kind of pipe down their darker complexions, they pushed this propaganda of, hey, we're all Latino, we're all Hispanic, we're all Brazilian, we're a raceless society, we're a color diverse society, right? Even though in those countries, again, the blackest of Hispanic are at the bottom and the whitest are at the top.
Yeah.
So maintaining the economic and social strata while pushing a message that we're all the same, we're all Brazilian, we're all Colombian, there's no difference. Even though people are experiencing differences, they're unable to then develop language or messaging around what is they're experiencing because everybody's pretending it doesn't exist.
Right. True.
So if you look at the Caribbean as far as their mottos, they have their own many out of one people type of motto.
Right.
And the Caribbean also kind of, because all of these people were having conversations on how to kind of deal with this color thing. So Jamaica's plan was to bring this many out of one people model again, to kind of, and it kind of pushes it helps to keep your darker complexions, rather than them realizing, hey, we're not the same, we're not being treated the same. It pushes a messaging that placates people.
Like, yeah, so no matter what happens, we're the same. No matter what happens, we're one. Yeah.
Yes. And that was the objective of the many out of one motto. It didn't come out of a sincere place.
Wow.
So it makes you feel good, even though at the end of the day, you're going down to Spanish Town and they're going uptown. You know what I'm saying? But you feel good. And you can exist off that feeling of good, even though you don't have the economic opportunity, even though when you're Black, to a degree, certain area you're not really welcomed in. It's not spoken, it's understood.
Right.
But we're many out of one people again, or one out of many, whichever. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I just wanted to give you a little history of that motto and how it was really kind of like, it was a scam. And if you see the same type of model across the Caribbean and Latin America, while they're maintaining the economic and social strata that is lighter. So,
all right.
I'll just share that with you.
A moment of education. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. I guess that's why the Rastaman said what he said then. I went, well, we said, out of many one people, and him say, yeah, man. But them not finish the sentence, you know, because it's supposed to be out of many angle one people are suffer. I was like, what? Damn. Hold on. That makes sense. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. How you doing?
I'm good.
All right. Talk to me now.
So, you hear me?
Yeah, man. Can't hear you.
First of all, I don't know why that would be.
Hold on, there. We have weapon, speaker, Bluetooth, your sound.
You can hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know why this would be a topic or a talking point for the JLP when their prime minister is light skin, blue.
No, we can't hear you.
You can hear me now?
No, Kaya, whisper now. You're not loud and clear. First you sound now you sound like underwater, you're gone underwater. And when you clear up, you sound like you're whispering.
Jeez, can you hear me now?
Yes, right there. Can hear you now.
Okay. So I don't know why this is a talking point for.
Keep the volume. Keep the same volume. You're gone down now.
Give me 1 second.
Okay. Why people who call from far away always sound loud and clear, and then people who call from near sound far and underwater and something? I don't know. But
you hear me?
Yes. Go on. Talk. So what you say?
I don't know why this is a talking point for the JLP when the Prime Minister, who's near their party, is light skinned and has hazel eyes and is in the image of a white man. I don't know why anybody would ever on the JLP side criticize not voting for being white, which he could not control.
Right.
And their leader is also light skinned. This kind of messaging that we have in our country now, that's rising up. Oh, he's a white man.
And I think the slick thing that they did in this, just to point this out, is it was Warmington, I believe it was, that first said it from the JLP. Warmington is a black man that is really dark skinned. So it wouldn't come out of a light-skinned, hazel-eyed Jamaican Andrew Holness type. It would come out of the darkest of a JLP person, black person, to point out his Mark's whiteness. So the people are immediately thrown into where they see a contrast, right? A really dark-skinned person of position of power saying something about this person over here, and as, oh, he disrespects us, our black people of Jamaica. It hit different, especially if you're ignorant. So that went to the ignorant people, and they were able to use it to spread a wildfire on social media now about Mark's whiteness.
And that's not surprising because Warrington is one of those lapdogs for Andrew. He is one of those who loves to jump out, especially in Parliament, and defend.
Right, he's the one who they allowed to be disrespectful and all these other things. That one, yeah. I've noticed that about him too. Like that's that one thing about him where he can disrespect and get loud and boisterous and aggressive, and they kind of like allow him to do it. I guess you have to have somebody on your team who's willing to do that. He's the guy. He's the guy.
But yeah, we shouldn't allow this in our society for this to be something that we get distracted by.
Right.
You have to focus on the policy, what the person is doing.
Right.
You know, we are a diverse country, even though, you know, or by the way, the motto out of many one people is the same motto as the US. Because the US motto is out of many one. It's the same motto. And we changed our motto in the year of independence because before it was about the Taino. It was the Indians twain shall serve one Lord.
Right.
And they changed it to out of many one. So,
all right. All right, my brother. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Want to say hi, mommy?
Yeah.
Say hi.
Hi.
Hi. We don't have no school today.
Yeah.
What's Papa? What you got? Papa, what you have on?
Spider-Man.
You want to say? Look up. Y'all look how tall Kai got. Look at Kai. I don't know what Kai have on. Dark glasses for them head. Show your glasses, Papa. Hold your head down. And a hoodie in the... Kai look like... Why you got all the glasses and a hoodie? You dressing up?
Yes.
Hi, pretty.
Hi.
I love you.
Love you, Daddy.
I love you, pretty eyes.
Mommy.
All right. Daddy soon. I'm doing something here.
What?
This. Somebody's waving to you.
Hi.
Let's soon come, okay?
Okay.
All right. Them they're on me. All right. Yeah, we're not gonna beat this black and white stuff to death anymore, or this white stuff to death anymore. I just want, you know, let's close this segment off like this. Close the door. Thank you. Let's close this segment off like this. Everybody is an influencer now, as they say. But you have to, for me, I'm very conscious of you have to be careful what you influence, what you're influencing. I want to influence intelligent thought. I want to influence reality. For us as Jamaicans, this has no place among us, right? It has no place among us. Yes, like the sister said before, we still have to deal with the social issues when it comes to, like what we spoke about before. If you're black, stay back. If you're brown, stick around. And if you're white, you're right. And the lighter is better. And all this other stuff. That's why you have a lot of Jamaicans who bleach out them skin and do all kind of something like that. Because that was embedded in us also along the way off. So it's I wouldn't say oxymoron, but it's more like contrary. Watching us say, me never know me did black until me left Jamaica come a foreign. And then hearing other Jamaicans say, oh, I was always reminded I was black. Them used to tell me I'm black and ugly. Like it's a spade and me this and me that and nothing was so black, no good and all this. So there's still a reality to it, right? However, narrow this back down because that's a broader conversation. Narrow this back down, and that is also what they are using. But narrow this back into Mark Golding and what the People's National Party versus the JLP and what the JLPs are trying to do.
They're trying to use race against them.
They're trying to use race.
And it's a racism versus classism discussion.
Awesome point, babe. Yeah. A nice way to put it.
Yeah.
It's a racism versus classism discussion. That's why if you just put it in proper context. It's a racism versus classism discussion. we deal with classism in Jamaica. It's very real. Now racism is something that me no want it. Me no want it. I don't want it among us. I don't want it among us on the ground anywhere, and I definitely don't want it in our politics, and I don't want it in our culture, period. So let's leave that out of it. And again, let me close this segment off by saying, Prime Minister Andrew Holness, if he doesn't see this and somebody close to him sees this, I think it's very important that he speaks up about what has been said about Mark Golding and his skin color, and the fact that he's white, he should never be allowed to be a prime minister in Jamaica, and these kind of things. Let's have a fair election if there is any such of a thing, right? And let's not sit back and benefit from this and then wait to squeeze out all the benefits, then come out later, come say, oh, you didn't hear it, you didn't know it was happening, because we see it. We're not in Jamaica and we hear it. You're there. I'm sure you heard it. So do something about it now before it spirals way out of control. All right? All right. With that said, let's move right on to the gender thing. Well, I was going to ask you, what are some unfair gender expectations? Unfair gender expectations. Meaning, it's kind of self-explanatory, but I'll elaborate. Unfair gender expectation meaning somebody expect you to do this simply because you're a man, or somebody expect you to do that simply because you're a woman. This should be your duty because you're a man. This should be your duty because you're a woman. What are some gender expectations that are unfair? Babe, what are some gender expectations that are unfair? Let's see if she can speak personally from a woman's perspective. All the man them in the comment section, what are some gender expectations that you think is unfair?
A woman should do all the cooking and cleaning.
A woman should do all the cooking and cleaning?
I think that's unfair.
Great Goody said that no need to cook all the time. Onika St. John says the woman should be the only one taking care of the kids' daily duties.
Are there only, yeah, that was the next one that I was gonna say. The woman is the one most involved. They're the one that take them to the field trips, the doctor's appointments, blah blah blah.
That's unfair?
Yes, because then you become a solo parent.
I don't think that's unfair, because that's the dynamics in my house. So oh yeah, try say.
That's not the dynamics in our house.
Yeah, babe, you're the one that do most of that.
To an extent, I have my times where I'm like, you need to take them somewhere and do something.
Wait there.
You have.
Hold on,
I have my time where I say, I'm not doing it. You need to take them out. You need to do something with them.
I'm gonna get Bex sometime.
You get Bex, but I don't care if you get Bex.
Jesus Christ. All right.
But yeah, that's unfair.
All right. Okay. Caller, you can call back. Wait there. When we pump gas, even when them not. Wait there. King Big said when me pump gas, even when them not did it. So, like your job to pump gas because you are the man. Onika St. John says we need our downtime. Women are not the CEO of the house. Hold on there. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
SouFLo.
Yeah, brother. Oh, go on.
Blessings to thy man.
Mothers I respect, King.
You know, as a man, me just realize I go on a while ago.
What?
Your wife and the woman that I chat, I said this advice from them perspective, which is fine. me as a man, in where the thing of my life where they put on as man, we like we should not have no feeling. Like we can't cry around our corner. And then little thing there. And it's not supposed to be like that, cause
you're not supposed to be emotional or show emotions too much. Yeah.
It's tough to be a real man, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, SouFLo, but sometimes when me look around at me, I say, Jano Star as a man. And you see your back against the wall and you say, Jano, what me I gonna do, you know?
No must man.
You pray to God and you cry.
Brother.
And you get up and you grow and you move on. But to them, we're not supposed to cry. You're weak, man. You're weak. Fuck your ball boat.
The worst part about it is you can't complain to nobody.
You see me about 3 jobs already and I wonder say what the fuck me have 3 jobs and this don't make no sense. Like can't get a break.
The worst part is you can't complain to nobody because you're a man. Right. Man. Right. A woman can say I'm broken. I'm tired. I'm drained. I'm burnt out. Everybody would say, so SouFLo did they do. Come on, man. Help your wife, man. Do more, man. Take up this, man. Do that, man. But if me come over here, come say, I'm drained. I'm tired. I'm broken. Y'all go here. I'm Safi. What do you mean? Man, get up, man.
You see when you're the captain of the ship. And you control everything, where the ship go, how the ship sail and all them things. You know, personally, well, we know you know, because you is that man.
Right.
That's who he is, man.
Same.
But I'm not afraid to talk, but it can get hard and challenging sometimes when you have to say, oh, Jano. But the one thing you can't do is give up. But as a man, they say we don't have to cry. I mean, I like that. And so we don't have to
we're not to cry, we're not to show emotions.
That is supposed to.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's tough.
Big time, bro. Big time. True.
But anyhow, bless up yourself.
Manners and respect, my brother.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man, that's true. So we're talking about unfair gender expectations, right? You chat too much. That's an unfair gender expectation. Oh, me chat too much because I'm a man. So because I'm a man, I'm supposed to have limited words. It's like somebody have a book and them say you are only allowed 400 words per day. This boy act like a ras gal, cause him there 750, you know. Yeah, I use too much words for the day. I him chat too much. You're not supposed to talk too much. You're not supposed to express yourself. You don't want to be too emotional about anything. Don't complain about nothing. Fix it, cause you're a man, right? These kind of things. I mean, just like the brother said, it's heavy on men. But I wanted to find out from both perspectives also what the women feel like is unfair for them as well, just because they are women, right? Not true SouFLo, that depends on your partner, says Great Goodies. No, Great Goodies, I'm talking about society in general, not my partner. I'm talking about society in general. You know? So as a person, me, I do have, and I think it goes back to how I was raised. So as a person, me, I do have expectations of my wife that are like, okay, that's woman's. Don't have me cleaning the house more than you clean house. I think a woman stuff that. Me still clean house, but you can't expect me to like he pays all the bills, plus he clean house more than me, and him cook more than me, and him do the picnic them more than me, and him do, so what you want to do? You know what I mean? There are roles that need to be played by both parties, kind of thing. And to that part, I might be sometimes hardlined with certain things sometimes, but she you know, hear what she said? She said she no business. She let me know anyway. So she has that outlet where she can be like, yo, I'm burnt out, I'm tired, and I'm not doing nothing. Yeah, and I don't know what you're getting upset for, because that's just how we feel or whatever. Well, we have to go deal with that when we reach that. But in general, society I'm talking about. Society puts a lot on men. That's what the brother was talking about as well when he said, we can't cry. You know, if you cry too much in front of people, even women will be like, I don't want no man that cry too much like that. Every little thing in ball about. No, sir. So when the shit hits the fan, my man I gotta cry more than me. Him can't protect me. You know, it gives off that he can't protect me kind of thing. It gives off that he's weaker than me kind of thing. That's because society has set it that way. You know? So the wider society looks at us with these unfair gender expectations. And I guess it happens on both sides. Me know a man that will not touch nothing in a them house. Him not mop a floor. Him not big up to Mavado. But you know, Mavado they have a song where say something about Oh, girl, for your man a do house cleaning. Oh, girl, for your man a clean from floor to the ceiling. She must beat him or something like that. Yeah, but me and man him not touching no laundry. You know? Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Morning.
Morning, for what one?
Yeah. On the gender thing.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much at the cooking and the cleaning, you know?
The cooking and the cleaning.
Yeah.
Yeah, what you mean though? Like you feel
I'm man when I want a woman when know how to cook and know how to clean. But these days, most of the time, the woman them give up on the cooking thing. And I know that me can clean better than most of them.
Boy, I'm glad to me have one country girl still because me not have the problem there. My wife fling down in a kitchen. But yeah, new generation and new generation give up on the cooking. So the woman them not even not cook too much.
Right.
Yeah.
And I know that because you see the thing about it now, society of course we all the time and I say, yo.
So she say if you want something, go cook it for yourself. And then you in a kitchen as man a cook and feel like say this, you know what, I think of that woman I need to do with because every day me in here cook. And she a woman, she should have cook and have my meals ready.
Yes, so forth.
Yeah.
And the thing about it, you see, it's like a car. If you say anything to do with the car, and me supposed to deal with that.
Aye.
And me have a pride in doing it.
Ah.
So the woman them not have a pride in cooking for you, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So now you understand why them not want to have no picnic and all them things too. You understand?
See it. You're not even that get your food with no love, brother. She in the kitchen just dash two sitting together after eating the food done. You no love nothing in it because she don't want to do it in the first place.
Yeah, so
yeah.
She can't take care of me, she can't take care of my kids.
I agree. I mean, I say she's supposed to do it 7 days a week, you know. But about 5 out of the 7 days a week, I feel her turn for cook.
Well, if she's a housewife, definitely.
Right. Now, here's my thing. Let's be fair. If you are work and she are work and the two are working outside the house, that's a different story. She's not home or you come home before her, you can cook something too. You know, wait for she come home from work to come cook for you and you just sit down there, oh, me, I wait for she. You know, the roles can be intertwined. Like we can share the roles them. But me know for a fact say when I'll change for go on pan car or maintenance or anything like that, or when the yard need cutting, the grass need cut, the tree them need trimming and prune up on them something there. I know she do it, and me I do it.
So for you notice how much woman nowadays I look for chef?
I look for what?
Chef.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, a man that can cook is very valuable, you know.
Yeah, make it because if you get with her,
yeah, and you do the cooking. Yeah, I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that.
And I see him, so you know, if you want to make sure that you know do the cooking,
when
you get with her, you make sure that the first time you cook your body up.
Yo, the brother said, he said the woman them nowadays, a lot of them are looking for, they're letting you know from the gate. They need a man that actually knows how to cook because you're going to be cooking most of the relationship if you like cook food. However, him say, what you have to do is make sure that the first thing she give you for cook, you burn it up. now we should not want to cook nothing else. Yeah, bro. Burn up the rice and drunk the callaloo. Yo. All right, brother. Manners and respect, bro. He said the first thing she give you for cook, burn it up. Should not ask if we cook nothing again. She'll say, all right, then, you know what? I'll cook from now on. You just help with the cleaning and stuff. That chef was ranked #1 in the Mayan culture. Me, I love to cook. I love to cook, and it got to a point where one time I was cooking more than my wife was cooking. So hear me now one day, me say, me don't like this, you know. Me don't like this at all, cause if it is like if me not cook, we not eat. Here she know. Now you take it up by yourself. Shakira said, now you take it up by yourself, boy. You want to cook every day, man. So me just let you make you do it. I'm in the kitchen, you know. The first week it was fine. I was good. By second week, me I said to myself, say, me cook Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I figure this Friday, Saturday, back to you next week, Sunday, Monday. So my face start screw. When me in the kitchen now, I'm chopping onions and me I knead up and season meat. Everything a patch and clang, bang, bang, passive aggressiveness, bang, 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 chef. Yeah. What's wrong with you? What you have an attitude for? Right? I mean, I said, cause I mean alone cooking here. It's like you, what, you stop cook? You don't know if you cook again? And she was like, listen, you take it upon yourself, boy, you want to cook every day. So I allowed you to cook every day. I said, oh, okay. So from we have that relationship or something else, you know. So from we have that understanding now. Then it gone back to how it's supposed to be now. Right? Cause now me ask her, I said, babe, what we have for dinner today? I asked her from early in the morning even, what we have for dinner today? We're not even past breakfast yet. And she already has a plan. She'll be like, we'll do shrimps today and steamed vegetables. Or she'll be like, I don't know, one pot curry or something. If a brown stew is a certain way that I cook brown stew that she really loves it. And she's like, are you a cook today because we want brown stew? And you know me like how you cook it. So now there's an even balance, right? As of before, me take it upon myself. And I'm thinking, wait there, the woman that tricked me. Because in the beginning, she used to go on like she love cook. So how the hell me end up in the kitchen 14 days straight? Me not in a this. So me in the kitchen I fling. So I say, damn, y'all gonna broke up everything in there. Dishes yeah what? So what's wrong with you? Why the attitude? Why I go on and say every day me now cook? It's like you forget how to cook or what? She friggin' killed me when she said that. Yeah, well, you take care of yourself, so you want to cook every day. I couldn't say nothing because I'm take care of myself for real. So you want to cook every day, you know. But me didn't know say you're gonna make me just go on with it, so you couldn't stop me. You could have stopped me, man. I said, no, babe, I got it today. She said, no, I was enjoying it, so let's make you go on with it. This shit have to stop today. We're done today. She said, okay, what are we having for dinner today? I taught my son to cook, sort laundry, clean, self-sufficient. No one can take liberties. That's my grandmother. From where like 4, 5, about 5 years old, 6 years old, Miss Ruby, bring your own her. And she showed the boy them, remember, you know, no washing machine, not about them time. Yeah. So I know how if all fails, if my washer and my dryer fail, as long as God's sun shine outside and me have a bath pan and some water, me can still do my clothes them because me know how to scoop clothes. Me know how to heat all iron. Remember the iron them, they didn't have no plug-in iron or nothing. It's an iron that you had to put on the coal stove and heat the iron there. I can light up my stove in my backyard right now with coal. Put my all iron on it. And then them used to put the iron in a little water, like clean the face off it, and iron with the iron there till the iron get cold. And then put it back and take off a next iron. When them iron clothes for go to school in a them time, and them used to have about 6 of them line off on the heat on the stove. So I know how to do them things there. I don't need a woman to do any of those for me. I don't need you to cook, clean, iron. It just feels good to have that, you know. It feels good to have that. It feels good to know say your woman prepared your meal. It feels good to know that she took care of your laundry. Now I give my wife credit for that. When it comes to stuff like the laundry and the cooking and the stuff like that, and even the kids and taking them to their appointments and all these other things, I leave that up to her actually. you know. But I think she can tell me when time, like, I need you for this, or I need you for that, or step in and help with this, or I'm burnt out with that. So these unfair gender expectations that we have, apparently it's on both sides. And so there's sometimes some saltiness going on both sides of the aisle. Sometimes they're super unfair, and sometimes they're even super destructive. You must be dreaming. That's the Mavado song. Oh, girl, for your man, I do house cleaning. Oh, girl, for your man, I clean from floor to ceiling. Yeah. And his next song was She Do It Again, She Beat Him. Another one there. So Man I Take Beating is a different song. But you must be dreaming. Oh, girl, for your man, I do house cleaning. Oh, yeah. So it's even in our culture. Like, man not clean no house. If woman work, if woman living at the house, the house supposed to clean all the time. That. And I think sometimes you can help clean the house because the woman get burnt out. And I know that now when, because Kaya, I just said that to Babe like a couple of days ago. I said, yesterday or the day before yesterday, me walk through the house after we done clean up the house. And me go to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 rooms. And the 9 room them look like a hurricane blow through each room. And I said to myself, damn, you know, if she got to keep up with these 2 kids, me can't expect clean house all the time. Because for one, it's not fair. Because everybody life different. Some people not raising kids. Everybody life is different, right? So it would be unfair for you if you're raising children and you have small children like active age group, my children them, and you want your wife to have your house pristine all the time. You're either going to be limiting your kids in a way where it's going to make them unhappy. You know, them have a saying what she said to me too. If your house is messy and you have children, that means you have healthy children. Cause them play. And them take out pencil and paper here so and them draw and them color over here so and them leave it. Them go to one next room, them over there so them pull down toys, put together pieces, them leave it. Them go to one next room around there so them jump on the bed, them over there so them leave it. Them back over there so now I change clothes and dressing or something else and them leave. Imagine one person trying to keep up with them. Cause me watch her do it, you know. Me watch her go behind them and me watch her clean up the whole house and me drive go down the road. And by the time me come back, the house look like nobody never cleaned it. I was like, damn, this is so unfair, you know, to actually have one time to have the house pristine all the time. So I jump into and say, okay, then if it rough like this, me clean up the house too. So I do it with her, I do it without her. And 30 minutes later, the house look like nobody never cleaned it. So I've come to the point now where I'm like, you know what? A one time a day house to clean. Me I left them, make them do it and tear up and mash up whatever them want to. Because it's their house. We live in it. Just tear up and mash up what them want to tear up and mash up. You have to create a safe space for your children to grow, for them to explore, for them to play, for them to learn. Children learn the most through playing. So if you limit your picnic them to playing in them own space, you're limiting their learning and their creative thought anyways. So I just leave them. We left them, let them do it, and then at the end of the day, you know, if little strength did it still, or me clean up in the morning after, or wifey get to it when she gets to it. So the message of the day is let's stop with the unfair gender expectations. For the men and in the men's defense, we should be able to cry. We should be able to be vulnerable. We should be able to show emotions. Because I want to see one tell we say, we go on like we don't have no feelings. And we act like we're emotionless. I don't know what's wrong with him. Him just going like nothing about him, like him don't have no feel because you know we laugh after it. So allow us to be. If you allow us to be those things as well, right? Charlotte Slaw said at SouFLo it's not easy with the little kids. No, me learned that no. I learned that no for sure. Because Kaya and Milani, them two are on go. Straight go. I watch what funny joke, right? I watch their mom pick them up from school, carry them go yes sir, carry them go this sir, them go library, she go dance, come back, Gonna defy, go jump. It takes me jump and defy for about 15 minutes and me go sit down. Cause I was like, I didn't know it took this much energy to do this. I sat down, I was tired. I said, okay, maybe she had tired them out, so we can have one little one-on-one time later. 10 o'clock at night, see them here? 11 o'clock at night, see them here? It's going on midnight, see them here? And them still around the place are going like this. I'm like, no, man. So they have like super amount of energy, you know? And my kids are a different breed because I was like that when I was little. So them have one different level of energy and they will be up all day and all night if you let them. We're on a holiday break, of course. It was Thanksgiving yesterday and then into today. I can tell you that Milani last night at 12:30 after midnight, she was still up. I want to turn off all of the light, them keep the house dark as ever. She's still up. So these kids don't go to sleep easy like that. And they're super active and they have a lot to play with and they just go. So keeping up with them. For the men, you have your household for run. Your wife is there. Don't expect her to have no pristine nothing if you want her to actually be tending to your kids. Cause it is draining. It is super draining. I think it's more work than a 9 to 5. Yeah. If you should chase them all day, it's more work than a 9 to 5. You do way less work if you did go clock in past somebody clock and do that work there and come home. Facts. True. you drain, boy. You drain and them drain you and laugh after you. And you knock out. I mean, they are try get nookie and have one-on-one and them still up, knocked out. So yeah. That is that for the unfair gender expectations. Moving right along, we have 2 more. All right. Let's talk about workplace ethics or etiquettes. Workplace etiquette for people who are in a relationship or for people who are married. Workplace etiquette. Here's a story here that says, I fell for my coworker. I must tell you something, I see this happen all the time. You know, that is why in some cultures, the men do not permit their wives to work outside of their home. That's why the man will say, no, everything that needs to be paid for in the house, it's not necessarily he wants to spoil her as a queen and me going to take care of everything and you don't have to do nothing. There's another thing attached to it. And it is what goes on when your significant other works outside of the house. Right. So if you think about this, right? If you work a full-time job, you spend more time weekly with your coworkers than you do with your spouse. Think about it. Think about it. Walk with me. If you work a full-time job, you spend more time with your coworkers than you do with your spouse. Now, here's what happens in a lot of cases. People start getting what they call work spouses, a work husband or a work girlfriend. You don't have to be sexually involved with them. It's just somebody who know you are becoming attached to in a certain way. I've seen work husband and work girlfriend say this. Like, damn, even on my day off from work, I actually miss that person. You know, could you imagine your wife or your husband, Wednesday and Thursday is their day off, and them they're home soaking. Because they miss them work wife and work husband, their work partner. But them can't tell you that. I can't tell you, damn, I miss Keisha, man. Yeah, Keisha from the front desk. I miss her because Keisha be listening to me. She don't talk back to me. She never gets aggressive. Like, we don't argue or nothing. You know, we do lunch together every day and all that. She tell me her problem. Me tell her mine. We laugh together and stuff. It's true. And then it is from these relationships that inappropriate relationships develop. Because once you start talk out your business to people, and them start share feeling with you, then comes this feeling of a connection. May I tell you now, when I first graduated school, right, the last place I did my clinicals at, they were like, hurry up and graduate because we got a spot waiting for you here. So I was happy. I was like, yes, may I get hired straight out of college. Thank them for the experience. But all the professional stuff with them drill into you at school. When you get into your field, you better make sure you're this and you're that, and you're ready for this and that, and your mannerisms, and you're very professional this and professional that. And I remember my first day at the facility as a new hire. And I'll never forget, it was a CNA boy. He's a man. He has his own family, wife and multiple kids, and a nurse, a RN. She has a husband. Her husband, over the course of the time I was employed at this facility, her husband would drive up to the facility on his lunch break and drop off like a bouquet of flowers for her, or whatever she asks, or favorite food or whatever. And them wicked, because all of the nurse, them, everybody else, they'll be like, oh, whoever is in the front would be like, your husband is here, when him pulling that parking lot and stuff. And while he's in the building, everybody will be like, oh, that's so sweet. You brought flowers for her. Girl, you got a good man. I wish that was my man. And all of them know that that tall CNA boy there be dragging her, that RN, into the closet, one of the supply closet them, drag her in there, feel her up, kiss her, slap her body when him a pass at work. The first time I seen him slap her ass, bow, I was like, this is my first day on the job. And all my professionalism coming out of school, be ready to be as professional as possible. And imagine your first day, you see the RN and one of the CNAs pass and slap her ass, and she had a shape. She had a shape out this where like she well shapely, and her scrubs were tight as hell, and him slap her body, bow. Here she with her big wedding ring on her finger. She was like, stop, you play too much. Damn. And go back to her cart, doing whatever she was doing on the cart. You know, them roll through with the cart and they have one computer on there and they're charting, and then they're going through stuff, and them going to each room and do them thing, the nurses. When I seen that, I said, damn, ain't no way. First thing I thought, because I'm fresh out of school, I said, he's going to get in trouble. Because she definitely got to tell. Over the time I was there, I got to realize more than one person's there had their work person and then had their spouse, So I fell for my coworker. Now his baby mother wants me to lose my job. I am having a problem. I do security work and I've been with the company for about 2 years. I was trained to do this type of work, and it's not a very large company, but we respect each other here. I do not have children, but I have a man in my life, and we have a visiting arrangement. Sometimes he stays at my place, and sometimes I go to his place. But since I started working at this company, I have fallen in love with my coworker. He's a very good man, and he's very good to me. He's kind, and he's loving, and he knows how to talk to a woman. Rumor has it that I am a homewrecker. They say that this man is living with his woman and that I'm taking him away from her. Now, when I started talking to him, I did not know that he was living with this woman and their child. I was in need, and I asked him for some money, and he gave it to me, a $50,000 loan. When we became close, he told me not to give the money back to him, just keep it. I asked him if he was sure. In the pier. Why if he say him appeared up on the front? Wait, hold on, no, you're the stuff. When we became close, then he told me I don't have to pay him back the money. Right? Remember, I was alone, but they became close. Don't worry about paying it back. He told me there are many ways that a man can get back the money that he gives to a woman. Yeah, you're right, babe. Because somebody texted his baby mother and told her about us. She has threatened me now that if I do not leave her man alone, she's going to make me lose my job. What she doesn't know is that she's messing with the wrong person. This man is now looking for a place for both of us to live. He's going to give her up for me. I don't like what he is doing and saying, but I find myself unable to stop loving him. I love him more than when I started working at the company. I didn't go after this man. He came after me. He said,
"Where's mommy?"
Where's mommy?
Yeah.
Mommy is out there. She hiding from you? Close my door. I didn't go after this man. He came after me. He said, I am irresistible. He wants me to have a child for him. I told him that he would have to marry me first. This is a co-worker, I know. If we start living together, then I can go and work for another company. He wants me to have a child for him, but I told him he have to marry me first. We wouldn't have to work in the same company. This girl is ignorant. I did not go after her man. He came at me, and I don't feel guilty about anything. Now, stories like those. You're there at work, you say you never know, but you have your own person. You know what I'm saying? You have your own person. So, like I said before, when you are at work, if you work a full-time job, you are actually spending more time per week with your coworker than you are with your spouse. Therefore, things can happen. So, in the line of us talking about workplace etiquette for married people or for those who are already involved in a relationship, if you don't want to lose your relationship, don't lose your self-control and don't lose your professionalism. Right? Because it's not everybody do it. There are people who have been in their career for years and have never slept with anybody that they work with because they've always remained professional. To the sister will write that. Ask any man out there, he'll tell you this. A man knows who to approach. There are some women out there, the way she carries herself, you might look upon her and say, damn, she's sexy, yo. Yo, man, I want to do a thing with her and whatever. But you would never approach her in that manner. You know why? The way she carries herself. And the first time you tried to do an inappropriate joke to see how far you could go, watch how cold it was. And watch how much she changed towards you after that. You see, they get tested, right? And the first time they make it slip. So he moved in closer. And the second time it slipped again. Now he's all upon you, right? Because you're giving signs. Come talk to me. So yeah, you never went after the woman's husband or the woman's man. He came after you, but you made it okay for him to come after you. You gave all the signals that you were available for him to come after you. Men don't pursue women who give them a signal like, don't fucking, pardon my language, don't fucking come over here and don't ever come at me like that, right? Some women, them love play with the fire, and then When them get burdened out, oh, I didn't do it. You know, I didn't know you had a wife. He can't. You see the man wife come up here all the time. You know the man have somebody. You yourself have somebody. You over there throwing signals. So the etiquette for workplace etiquette. Remember, you know, you're already fighting against a disadvantage. You're spending more hours per week with your co-workers. So anything can happen. This is how you're supposed to talk all the time. Listen, I see all kind of something out there in the work field, right? All kind of something. People who work at Walmart, remember, grocery store, gas station, them round a back in the cooler, a tongue kiss and feel up, and then walk out to them own two different spouse to pick up after work. Not just in nursing environment, in all the fields. And these things will happen if you're not firmly dedicated to what you have at home. And some people weak. Like, don't be arguing with your wife and sending her off to work upset. That 6'4" tall boy that will always there whisper in her ears and try to make her feel like if she weak, it's a wrap. Oh, you back at work mad again. Damn, I could tell when y'all fighting. You and your man fighting, huh? Y'all going through it, huh? Remember, I know him there in the beside her for 8 hours at a minimum for the day, you know. You know, he's studying her. Y'all fighting. Y'all always fighting. I know when things are good because you come in here smiling, you be saying hi to everybody. When y'all fight, you don't ever say good morning. I gotta say good morning to you. You all right? And of course, he or she know. I'm all right. But yeah, you right though. You be getting on my damn nerves, man. Yeah, he got on my nerves this morning too. And my boy, that's the door. It opened. Invitation. So now he is in it, right? But why you? What did he do? And y'all look for somebody to talk to. I don't know. He just pissed me off. You know, he got me pumping gas while he's sitting in the car and shit. I don't like that. Hear him know. I would never let my woman pump gas. I would never let he really let you pump gas? And he's sitting in the car? What kind of man is that? Nah, baby girl, you gotta choose better than that. You know? Nyam out your brain now, right? Then you start looking all oh damn. You're now romanticizing him. He tall, he handsome. He seems like he knows how to treat a man. At least me know somebody would not pay pump gas with him. Him would pump gas, make sure the car always filled. He probably pays all the bills too. You know, gone, you're gone, you know. Gone, you're gone. At work. This is how you don't open the door. You don't open the door. I know women too, to their credit, they don't even look a man in his face too long when we're at work. It's strictly, hey, I need you to come help me with Miss Smith over on in room 24, over on the first wing, aisle 1, in hall 1. All right, I'll see you there. Come over there. Okay, grab that side, please. Okay, this side, boom, do what we gotta do. All right, thank you, I appreciate it. Gone. Them not depend know what you doing. Cause I need your help. Meet me in Miss Smith room. They know how to. What you doing? Well, I'm working with Mr. Jones right now. Okay, when you gonna be done? What you need? Why are you asking like that? Because I need your help. I need you. So him fevering I hear. I need you. There are ways at work to speak professionally and keep it professional at all times. If you can't do it, it's best not to work outside your home. If you work outside your home amongst people and you are one of those people who are easily pulled in, it's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. The right person come along. I'm gonna tell you like this, right? I learned to not look at things and say me want them, to include people, because God ain't never failed me yet. If me look and say me want that person, me get that person. So, but over the years, fine tuning myself. Now, remember, I know me not say me better than nobody. I'm not saying I'm handsomer than anybody. I'm not saying none of this stuff may have what nobody no have. I'm telling you from a personal place that if I look and I say I want that person, I end up getting that person. So it actually real life stuff dawned on me to be careful of what you say you want, SouFlo. Because, you know, sister, sometimes you say you want foolishness and you invite it in your life, and then your life in a turmoil. So I don't even look at women when I work with them and be like, damn, she fine, I want that. I don't know if it's subconsciously I start going after, and then the flirting start, and then the this start, and then we have a workplace affair, right? So you have to literally make your mind up that I'm not going to be that kind of person. Everybody will be dealt with in a professional manner at all times, even if it's somebody who I work. Cause you can't help. Sometimes you can't help who look good. Sometimes you can't help who you genuinely find attractive, but you can help the energy that you feed to them. Cause remember, you know, you might not have to pursue them. You just let out that energy. Energy is real. You let out that energy, they catch that energy, they're coming your way. If they want to pursue you, or if you want them pursue whichever way it goes, and before you know it, here you go having a workplace relationship. Like some SouFLoNators, they feel you out. I grew up with mad uncles and a lot of male cousins, stand-up ones and grimy ones, says R1, 2, 3. Yeah, they feel you out. A man's gonna always feel you out. First is, hey, how you doing? All right, and he might look at you a little longer, you know, might throw in a lick lip in there or a bite lip in there or something. After he's feeling out your reception. Did she wave back, hey, and steer along, or she was like, good morning, and kept it moving, right? If you did it top ball, hey, you're already in. It's like, okay. Nobody else no answer me like that. I gave the same good morning to everybody else. Okay, I'm gonna give you a special good morning tomorrow, right? I'm gonna say, hey, everybody doing? You all right? Good morning. And then I get to you because I'm pursuing you and be like, how you doing this morning? You all right? No, big nice smile on everything early morning. Your man don't stress you out all night already. I'm the light of today for you. You all right? You seem happier today than yesterday. You know, oh, I am happy to see you. Oh, we're going out to lunch today. Yeah, what time you go out to lunch? Yeah, I don't really go far. I just go to my car. Yeah, what? Come sit out in the car and talk with me. Yeah, your wife having a lunch date. And she never even left the facility. She in the back in another coworker's car. Or them in a lunchroom, I play footsie under the table. You know? And that is why me no chat up with too many in the chat room. Say, oh, King Biggs. King Biggs said that's why I'm not chat up with too many in the chat room. Donna Davis says she was flirting with him. King Biggs says, me don't get side chat, invite, and pics, and me just delete them and stop chat to them. I saw. Rotted. You see? It's not hard. It's not hard. So, end of the day, the message is, now if you're free and single and ready to mingle, your workplace could be your playground. However, I would advise you not to do that either. They have a saying, it's an old saying, do not shit where you eat, right? So don't do that. Cause any one of them relationship that gets sour now, you're fighting at work. And I've seen that happen too. With the people they work, a big fight. And them fight and them vex whole day with each other. And everybody feel them energy. And then at the end of the work day, they both clock home and go home to their significant others. I can't imagine when them get home, you don't know why your wife come home from work mad, upset. Her work husband and she kick off at work. That's why. Same thing. Your husband come home from work mad. Because him work wife. Him work wife is not feeling him and they've been arguing at work and stuff. Real stuff. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
SouFLo.
Yeah, fam. What about?
Me again, me enjoy show and I drive go. Me have to call it.
See.
That means a single man I know. And I like to play at work.
You like to play at work?
Yes, I like to play at work. But me playing me have this facade of like, yo, I'm very private. I'm very private.
You're very private?
And I don't hang out with people at work. You know what I mean? So if me and you hanging out at work, after work, it has to be just between me and you. It's just me and you.
Original.
You can't hang out with the other set of people.
Because you want to have more than one of them from the workplace.
Thank you very much.
You know?
But as I said, you have to develop that thing where you have the understanding now.
Right.
Also, when things get deeper on the start touch, and then think that here we go with their work, I work with them. I've had situations where people don't really understand the pattern, they have cut that off and brush that off fast. But for the most part, that's how they make it work. You understand? Yeah.
But that can be problematic, bro. That can, but you're a single man, so that's different.
And guess what? Me as a youth like this now, I'm very cordial, me very polite, me deal with everybody. How you doing, sweetheart? So if you come in here, me say, how you doing, sweetheart? Stay there, but I say, how you doing, sweetheart, to every woman in here.
So you're
even the old granny on her back.
I just see her. So you're so no different.
Thanks, sweetie. How you doing today, beautiful? So I something deal with everybody, but we take it out of work with some, not every.
All right, sir. Boy, I still think that problematic, yeah, man. But you must know.
As you said, you have to differentiate between work time. So I have two cats with for the work right now. I love them. God gets a one. When they are work, them want them money just like how me want them money. You understand what I say? So the touchy and we left that thing when we link up.
Seeing. So it's professional at work, and then after work now,
outside
we deal with where we are dealing with differently.
Yeah, but remember, I have to use the workplace to get in.
Right.
You understand what I say? But once you get in, and once you get into, you set the boundaries.
Right.
So you understand that someone just want to get in and force them a little bit, that will cause problem.
Okay. Mr. Way I don't know.
In a relationship with everybody, you have to make some noise here, I just touch where I touch.
Well, from that is
everybody feel like there's going to be happily ever after. You can't give everybody that vibe. Someone to know how to differentiate and things like that.
Well, from that is the understanding amongst all parties. Then a big people something to go on.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, but too much in your work, a man has a respect.
No, man, I can't tell me too much in your workplace or my workplace.
No. You
right now.
You handle that. I hear thing that. You handle that. I hear thing that.
That's your work,
man. The big Jill at him go work right now too. Yo. That's true. But hey, listen, if you're single and that's the road you take and everybody is on the same page, like I said before, your workplace can be your playground. However, don't try to make your workplace your playground knowing damn well that you're married or you're in a committed relationship with somebody else. Don't even give off any of that kind of energy, because the energy there can end up causing you problems in the long run, right? So that is workplace etiquette for the morning. We can all tell story after story after story. I'm sure you're not in wait there. You must be in real good shape to run fast, says Lulu Richards. Karen Notice says the same way they're playing with you, it's the same way they're playing with others. Absolutely. Now, but remember, you're single and ready to mingle. So that's a different story. All right. It brings us to our last video of the morning. Not video, but our last topic of the morning. And our last topic of the morning is the serious topic, right? And I wanted to save this one for last because I don't think too much laughing in at this. And I didn't want to cramp our style this morning, but I wanted you to think about this as we go off into the weekend. All right. This was printed yesterday, so it's current information. Let's get everybody on board. Shout out to the Jamaica Gleaner. The question is, so females not safe again in Jamaica? 2 women were killed as the world embarks on 16 days of activism to eliminate violence against females. First of all, let me say this. I don't know why the world is embarking on 16 days of activism to eliminate violence against women. Violence against women has been here on the face of the earth as long as women and men have been on the face of the earth. However, so this is where we're at. Sleuths has probed the murder of 619 women between 2019 and 2023. 619 women, averaging 124 female homicides annually, to data that was published by the Statistical Institute of Jamaica. That's called Statin. You can go look up Statin yourself and see. That's a lot of females. 619 from 2019 to 2023. Want to see how little Jamaica is? Y'all see how small Jamaica is as an island? I know we big. I know the world thinks we're huge because of our reputation, because of our style and charisma and with accent and with flag fly everywhere. A lot of people think Jamaica is this big, huge place. Lots of mountains and rivers and seas and hills and valleys, and Jamaica is one little tiny island. Anyhow, so for us to have over 600 of our women murdered in a 4-year span, right? From 2019, 21, 2, 3, 4, 5-year span, 619 in a 4-year span. That's crazy. That's crazy. Now, with 32 days remaining in 2024, this year's toll is being tallied up. But the troubling trend of women being brutally killed continues. Can't tell you say it got way less, because it didn't. While the Statin data did not indicate the weapon used in these murders, firearm, the gun, remains the predominant tool of violence in Jamaica. On Monday, November 25th, today is the 29th. On Monday, November 25th, Jamaica joined other countries in observing what's called the United Nations International Day for the Elimination of Violence Against Women, which aims to raise awareness about violence against women through a 16-day period of activism until December 10th, and emphasizes the importance of prevention of that violence against women. Now, despite the observation, 2 women were among 3 people who were gunned down roughly 18 hours apart on Wednesday evening and Thursday morning in 2 volatile St. Andrew communities. About 4:30 p.m. on Wednesday, a 60-year-old businesswoman, Joanne Millicent Hermit, she was killed inside of her shop at 71 Hill Avenue in the Marl Road community. Investigators from said St. Andrew South Police Division were on Thursday morning summoned again to Pacific Boulevard in Seaview Gardens, where Etta Midget and her 49-year-old spouse, Fabian Finger Edwards, them call him Finger, they were shot dead inside of their hardware store. I saw a headline that said 2 business owners murdered inside of their establishment. This is the couple. The murder reportedly took place at 10:35 a.m. Hermit's relatives gathered close to the shop in the aftermath of the deadly attack, which was carried out by unknown assailants, and said, it really bothers us because it's like we and everybody good. You know, me still ask a question why somebody would have hurt her. She not do nothing to nobody and she don't have no enemies. We and everybody good. Verna told the Gleaner that she saw what she saw was not very far when she heard the gunshots ringing out. The person came out, most likely ordered something, because she, the victim, opened the little door to put the goods out through the little door. You know, in Jamaica, them have a little door where you open and serve somebody instead of opening up your whole business. So she opened, the person most likely had ordered something with the intention of getting her to open either the shop to give it to them or to open the liquor door to service them with it, give them that. And she opened the liquor door to put the goods out. And then the killer fired through there and quickly fled. Hermit was shot multiple times in the neck, shoulders, and was taken to the hospital where she was pronounced dead. The family said that Hewitt operated her wreath and cake business while also being actively involved in politics and being a party worker for the People's National Party. She is a lady where ever I try, always giving away something. As long as she have it, she gonna give. She's gonna help. She go the extreme to help people. If she could help you get a visa, you get it. Our nephew, Gary Lawrence, said. Hermit's only child, who is a school teacher, Donisha Hunt Chambers, said that she lost her mom about an hour before the attack. I saw her before. She said she last saw her mom. Sorry, not lost her. Last saw her about 1 hour before the attack. I saw my mom about 4 o'clock. I came, but I had to leave quickly because I had something to do. So I said to her, I said, Mommy, I can't stay with you now, because I go late. Hunt Chambers, the school teacher, said before her voice started to crack. I am my only child. She was my best friend. Everything we do it together. If our head hurt, my head hurt too. If my head hurt, her head hurt too. She's my biggest cheerleader. Once I say, Mommy, I am doing this, she's very supportive. No matter how tired she is, no matter what I'm doing, she's there. Hunt Chambers said as relatives tried to console her because she had started crying. She said that although she had known a day would come when their bond would be broken, she did not expect it to happen in such a violent manner. I know that one day, but not so, not like this. Over the last 5 full years, 2021 saw the most women being murdered on the island of Jamaica. That year, 133 women were murdered in that year alone. 113 women were murdered in 2020. And the years following, it was always over 100. Although Edward and Midget did not hail from the Seaview Garden area, their violent deaths stunned the residents, who described them as very reasonable business operators. One person says, the man them just a kill off the woman them, so yo. One alleged eyewitness said, as she first them shoot up, about 5 shot him gear, Him did the close by, and then them shot him up too. And him drop on she. When me go look, I saw me see them lay down there in the shop, one on top of the other. The couple had a business that sold sand and gravel and building blocks, building materials in an open lot. Enough house them help build around here, Them have payment plan and everything, options for the people them, and just operate themselves in a business-like manner. One resident said while showing the Gleaner reporters the recent receipt that was used by the establishment. So even the people in the area who have built up them house, they would help them. And they don't have the money right away, they would put them on a payment plan. And they would work with you as you could pay as you go. Even though the female homicide rate number pales in comparison to their male counterpart, a female Seaview Garden resident said that She don't feel safe. One time you never did have to worry, if you're not trouble nobody. If you're not trouble nobody, you would have good. But now, if the man them can't catch who them want, them a come murder we, the female them. Females not safe in Jamaica again. Don't trick yourself. And say because you are a woman, them won't take your 3 points. Are your 3 points safe? She said if the man them don't catch who them want, them come murder we the woman them. The Hunts Bay Criminal Investigation Branch is investigating both of these incidents at the moment, and up to November 23rd, the St. Andrews South Police Division recorded in that division alone 107 murders, a 4% decline from last year. Last year was even more people murdered in that one division alone. I already told y'all in Jamaica, we're already past the 1,040 something mark for the year already. I don't know what to tell our women. I don't, because I've seen situations where women actually bring this upon themselves. And no, this is not me blaming the victim. This is me being realistic. I've seen situations where women actually bring this upon themselves. You know, the one them was say them love gunman. And the one them was say them love bad boy. And yeah, man, my man that, and him rough and him tough and him do this and him have him gun and him this and that and the other. I've seen those situations. And for those women, I will say, the people you associate yourself with, obviously, they're telling you right here, when his enemies, when you have your gunman, bad man, and your gunman is not a licensed firearm holder gunman, is not a police officer gunman, a soldier gunman, when him is a gunman out the road, if that's your choice, that's cool. But please remember this. When you decide, say, you want him to be your man, you see, please remember that you also want his enemies to be your enemies as well. You want to be targeted by the people who are target theme head as well. Take that into consideration. Because we like to cry after things happen when we put the foot in that situation in the first place. Now, if that is not the case, it's a whole different story. Because we have had situations where sisters hired hitmen to kill their own sister out of jealousy. Yeah, my father did always like she better and treat her better. We've covered those stories as well. And we also know of other stories where she not in a nothing, but a youth belonged to a family. And they would have killed any member of the family they caught. Them couldn't find him. Some of them youth here take up badness. They don't love their family. Because Jamaica badness different. Jamaica badness different. I tell you, in the US, very rarely that happen. I see in the US when people beef, they beef with who they beefing with, right? Unless them come spray up a place and you dead and you was there with your who them did want or something, but they don't go actively looking for your family members if them can't catch you. That kind of thing. In Jamaica, this is a common practice. So you don't have to do nobody nothing. Somebody in your family. That's, we have people that left here in the US and went down just to go attend a funeral or attend a wedding or just on vacation. And somebody point them and say, okay, I saw a relative that and we can't find that pussy there. Here what? That's show him family. And them get killed right there in Jamaica and they didn't do nothing to nobody. They were just on vacation and them supposed to fly back out in a few days, them get gunned down. So I don't know what to tell the people them say. All I know is Jamaica is too small of an island to be losing so many people, period. But to be losing our women like this in this great number. We're not going to go further with this conversation because this conversation can go for hours. It can go into the psychological effects of traumatized community. It can go into the man them not really love woman again. It can go into the women them being a certain way today than they were yesterday. It can go into all kind of stuff we can talk about. We're going to leave it here, so, and we'll pick up on Monday, where I will style it differently and talk about what we can do to preserve the life of our women, or the lives of our women and girls, and to have them more protected, so on and so forth. Right? Right. But be conscious of this as we move forward. Hear what? It's the weekend. We're happy to be here. We're most thankful to the Most High to be alive and healthy and kicking. I appreciate each and every one of you. Again, we hit the big old 400K. Can't say thank you enough. Go out there and enjoy your weekend. Thanksgiving was yesterday, but Thanksgiving for us is every day, because we give thanks every day. Let today be no different. We might not cook as much today, but we're still thankful as much today. All right? So with that said, a grateful and a thankful heart. Have a wonderful weekend and be safe out there. Like my granny Miss Ruby used to say, if you can't be safe, or if you can't be careful, she said be good. But if you can't be good, be careful. And my grandfather used to say that, you know, if God spare me life. See you again. I'm out. Peace.